Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Wow, my camera is like off. Yes, I have mess behind me. Y'all don't judge me. Don't be judging my mess. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I've been up since the wee hours of the morning, you guys, and I'm like experiencing a little headache, so I'm drinking some energy. We'll see how that happens. Helps my migraine. How's everybody doing? Hi, Wanda. Hi, Rusty Patina. How are y'all doing? Hello, friends. Hello. I want to talk about all the changes with Whatnot. Do y'all want to talk about it, or are y'all over it already? Let me know. Are y'all over the changes with Whatnot? Have you even heard about the changes with Whatnot? And then we can chat about it, all the fun things. You guys let me know. Hi, Five Acres. Welcome in, friends. Hello. Shoot, where's my paper? That is not my paper. Yeah, y'all are seeing like all my mess behind me. That's fun. Okay, you heard bits and pieces. Okay, I think I pinned this. Okay, and then I'm going to pin this at the bottom of the screen. You guys, I'm going to talk about the shipping changes that are coming for August, so we all can be in the same loop. But the pictures that I screenshot is also what I put in the Facebook page, but you can clip through them. They were actual documentation that is written on the Whatnot website, so I'm not pulling this out of my butt. It is literally on the website. I'm out of the loop. You've seen some stuff. Okay, well, let's chat, okay? So I believe it was last Thursday, this past Thursday, Whatnot sent a bunch of emails to everybody about the changes that are coming up for shipping. So shipping is drastically changing for everybody in August. So as we all know right now, we can ship with priority boxes and flat rate boxes and brown boxes and all the things. So starting in August, you're no longer going to be able to use flat rate boxes at all on the Whatnot platform, okay? So number one to write down for yourself is use all of your flat rate boxes that you possibly can before August, okay? So that means do some flat rate shows, do a lot of minis. Whenever you're packing stuff, if you can, use your flat rate boxes so you don't have to send them back to the post office, because honestly, my post office is so small, they will literally roll their eyes at me if I try to take 100 to 200 boxes back to them, because that's how many I have in back stock. So, number one, use all your flat rate boxes, okay? Number two, another big change is you can still use priority boxes. However, it's going to cost a heck of a lot more. So basically what Whatnot is doing, and if you guys look at the screenshots that I attached at the bottom of the screen, just click on the listing and look at it. Basically what Whatnot is doing is trying to push everybody to go towards ground shipping, okay? And with ground shipping, they're going to do 1 to 5 pounds. So basically up to 5 pounds, they're going to try to make it to be $7.20 instead of the $9.21. And then after the 5 pounds, it's going to be more. Oh my gosh, you from the hip. Hi, friends. Hi. I know you were still doing your show, so no pressure. I just was talking about the changes so you can get a little bit of time if you need a drink or whatever before I bring you on. But you guys, shooting from the hip. My mod, she is going to be co-hosting with me tonight, and we're going to be talking to her about some questions. Billie Jean, if you want to just get yourself situated and get a drink, I'm going to keep chatting about the changes about Whatnot. So no rush, okay? Okay, so Whatnot is trying to get the ground advantage basically to be kicked in. So that means you're going to need to use white boxes, brown boxes. You cannot use anything that literally says priority mail on it. So, y'all, that means that you're going to need to go to grocery stores, go to Dollar Generals, or ask for people to save their Amazon boxes, all of those boxes, or else you're going to need to buy your own boxes, you guys. So, in my mind, I'm like thinking, okay, for my business, that's fine. I have my certain size boxes that I absolutely love from the post office. So what am I going to do? I am going to write down whatever those sizes are, and I'm going to see how much it's going to cost me to buy my own boxes. That's fine. It's going to save me some shipping headaches if I can have some basic boxes on hand, and then I can pick up all these random ones from everywhere else. But I feel like I'm going to invest initially in some boxes. So the sources that I have looked for, if anyone's in the same boat as me, is I looked on Amazon. Okay. I looked at, crap. Hold on, y'all. I already forgot the website. And I was just looking at it today. Zoro. Uline has some crazy shipping, you guys. And I haven't dug quite into them yet because I haven't had time. But Zoro, Zoro, is a website for packaging materials, okay? And what I saw on their website, this is just what I personally been looking into. I haven't done full investigation to find. Okay, sounds good, Jim. So on Zoro.com, it says over $50 in box purchase. It's free shipping, which that is naturally super easy to do if you're going to be buying at least some bundles of boxes of like bundles of 25 or whatever. And I found that they have all the box sizes that I'm looking for. So my favorite boxes, Zoro. Yes, Zoro. Yes, Zoro. Yeah, they have some good prices. Some of them, Vintage Artifacts, some of them might be a smidge more on certain sizes compared to Amazon, but then I saw compared to some other boxes on Amazon pricing, it's cheaper. So I kind of feel like it balances if you're just going to buy like a bulk amount from a company and it's free shipping after $50. I feel like it's going to kind of hang in there with Amazon. So I found boxes. I found 36 by 18 by 6 boxes, which is what I need for printer trays. I found, are you comparing sizes or edge crush rate also? The ones that I was looking at, actually, let me go to my cart because it says I have 65 things in my cart already. That's probably 65 boxes. Single wall. They're all single wall, which is exactly what the post office offers, is single wall if you look at the bottom of the boxes. So, is that what you're talking about? I need to do more research, but I'm just looking initially. I know there's Uline out there, but I know their shipping's a little bit expensive, so I've just kind of been looking to see what else is out there. So what I'm just going to tell all of you guys is I'm going to keep doing my research because I'm a girl that loves deals. I love finding the best shipping, bubble wrap, the best tape, most cost effective, good companies to work with, stuff like that. I literally do a lot of research, okay? And I just started digging into it because I haven't really had a lot of time. And so today I was just going through Amazon right now. I've been going through Zoro. I'm probably going to go through Uline, and I'm probably going to get y'all a list. Like, I like the 11 by 9 by 6, which is a medium flat rate box. I use a lot of those for like smaller orders. And so I know that's the size that I'm generally going to want. I'm going to need some 12 by 12 by 12s, and they definitely have those. You love Zoro boxes. See, I know I heard about Zoro boxes. Poshmark is a thing. I know, you guys. Poshmark is a thing, but the deal is you need to sell items on the Posh in order to get those boxes. And then what I also read, and I don't know if this is true, but it would make sense because they're providing you those boxes, is they want to see that you're actually using those boxes for shipping items from their platform. So if you end up buying 100 and then you only ship one thing on the Posh, but you use the other 99 on the whatnot, there's going to be a problem and they might not provide any more ground boxes for you. So long term, you just need to suck it up and pay for shipping. Boxes, edge crush is how much weight they can take with other boxes are stacked, etc. Single wall boxes is 32 pounds per inch. Okay, well, the ones I was looking at, Vintage Artifacts, is single wall. And that is exactly what the post office uses. So I'm kind of okay with that. But I know if you are doing some more breakable stuff, you may put another box inside of a box, or you may look for a better quality box, but there's different ones. But I'm looking at single wall on Zorro. I don't know what Amazon is. So I guess I'm going to need to go back and look at that. I put all of that stuff in my cart so I can do the side-by-side compare. But you guys, this is the time. We have July. Not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow is July. We have a month to, one, get rid of all our flat rate boxes because we can't use them anymore. And then number two, start buying our own boxes and finding our usuals. Because in my opinion, if you're always looking for certain size boxes and you're just getting random sizes all the time, it's such a big headache. If you have your set sizes you know that you love to use, invest in those sizes and then still bring in the other stuff for your random stuff. Just to make it work. You can give them back to the post office. Yes, vintage artifacts. I have like 200 per size, and I have a small post office, and they will literally probably hit me with a baseball bat if I brought them all the boxes because they don't have the space. So I'm trying to use them. I am joining rate trains that are literally pack a flat rate box and where people can buy it so I can use as much flat rate boxes that I can. So I'm joining trains like that, you guys. So what I have at the bottom of the screen is legitimately screenshots that is just from the post office directly from Whatnot. So you guys are aware of what the changes are. So ultimately, cost effectiveness for our customers, it may go Ground Advantage, so it may take a little bit longer to get to them, but it's going to be $7.20 up to 5 pounds is what I'm reading. And then after that, it's just incremental, just depending on how much the weight is. So $7.20 versus $9.21. That sounds amazing. There might be a lot less max shipping after this because people cannot be using flat rate boxes anymore. So that's another thing that if you do offer max shipping, are you going to continue to do that? I mean, it's just something that everyone's going to have to look at. Have you heard the changes are in August? But we have to stop using the boxes. No, they didn't say that. They just said you need to use your boxes now, but all the changes are going into effect in August. So they're giving us a grace period before everything changes over. So I would say use all your boxes that you can now, like your priority. If at all possible, all your flat rates is the big focus. I mean, you can still use your priority mailing boxes, but the shipping on those are going to be more expensive. But you can still use your flat rate boxes right now, but August is a different story. That's when everything changes. So use what you can now. Like tonight, I just packed a box. I used a priority box. It went out just fine. No problem. Priority label, priority box, all is fine. Nothing has changed. Do all your heavy shipping now. Yeah, so if you have any big, heavy freaking shit, use it in a flat rate box if you can. Books is a little bit different. Typically, if you sell them as books, it will go in media mail, which is naturally a brown box, okay? But if you're mixing books with vintage decor, then yes, you can use priority box and it would be cheaper the other way. If you go to the second screenshot in the listing that I have at the bottom of the screen, there's the rates for actually what it's going to be for 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 12 ounces, and 16 ounces. That is all listed in there. And then it also said that you can use priority, but just be aware that it is going to be more expensive, but they have not told us any rates on that. You can still use the sticker category for giveaway, so you can still use the first class mail letter, but it sounds like it might be going up on the sticker cost, FYI. Hi, my Desert Rabbit. Hello, my friend. Is there a setting for media mail on Whatnot? Media mail is automatically generated. It applies to books only, not magazines. Cannot have any advertisements whatsoever. It has to be a book. And it has to go in a brown box. Generally, I would use, I think it's Books and Ephemera. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can edit this real fast and see if I can figure out what the category is. 1 second, friends. I hate when my brain just does not remember all the things. I have them like all preset now, so like I don't have to go back and do this. Okay, it's under books, and under the books category, I typically use rare and vintage books. There's new and used books, there's graphic novels, and all of those I believe should apply under media mail. So it's book category in general. Okay, use the book category, is auto set, yes. But let's say you sell a book and then you sell a brass bell or a piece of glass. It will automatically take it off of media mail and it'll go regular, ground, or priority. Right now in August, it'll go ground if you leave all your settings to set as ground. Okay, that's my understanding. Everybody is going to be entering the third dimension in August. All the sellers are going to be learning at the same time with all the changes. So you guys just be graceful with each other. If stuff doesn't look right, I would speak up. Just say, hey, if I, for example, am into Junk Gal's show and I see her shipping at the bottom of the screen for like a tiny bell says $17, I'm going to be saying, hey girl, something's up with this shipping. Let's figure it out together because something could be going on. And I think we're just going to have to be giving each other grace and figuring things out if stuff looks wonky, because we're all going to be learning like newbies again until we all figure it back out. And then, if max shipping is even going to be something considered, or if people are going to stop that, because it's going to be $7.20 up to £5. And then after that, it's incremental, kind of like how it's been, but you just won't have that leniency on the flat rate boxes. Where's my thing at? Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to learn all of it together. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar. Several of you guys have joined my shows before, and I have talked about where I do my shipping guides, and then I have my max shipping guides. I am not recommending any of you guys to buy any of that from me right now. I am going to have to update all of that once I learn everything. So if you guys bought any of these shipping guides from me in the past, and once I get them updated and you want a new copy, message me and I will send it to you once I get it figured out myself. You think people will still do max shipping? Probably, once everybody figures it out. But I believe the first week or so, people are going to probably back off of it a little bit just so they can figure out how all the settings are going to work so they don't screw themselves. Because if you're not exactly sure how everything's going to work together, you could probably lose your butt and two, you know what I mean? If you don't do it right. So personally, I think I'm going to leave everything as default. Before I start any show in August, I think I'm going to go in there and make sure everything is set as default, and where the customer pays shipping, and then everything shows that it is ground, so everything is showing correctly. And then I'll just see how it breaks it down for my customer after my show is done. Because if you guys know, on the back end of the Seller Hub, under your customers, you can see everything that they purchased, and you can see how much they're paying in shipping. So then you can see overall, okay, this is like a normal show for me, how much people are paying in shipping, and then you can decide, okay, do I want to offer max shipping or do I not, and go from that point. But that's gonna have to be your judgment call as a business owner. Okay, you could still do the first class mail letter, but I believe possibly that might be a 4-cent upcharge. You're nervous for vignette shows. Build your own vignette shows, Jojo. I never did max shipping on those, and I always charge them £4 to £6. And so £4 to £6 right now, I think, isn't that usually like $10 to $13? So it may just be a little bit more. I don't know if I got that in the screenshot. I didn't, but there is a breakdown somewhere. But it's just a little bit more than $7.20. So it might be honestly a little bit cheaper. Might be a little cheaper. Hi, Ethelyn. Welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. Is there any other questions about the shipping updates in August? Let me know. And then I want to go ahead and bring over my mod, Shooting from the Hip. She's going to be my special guest tonight, my first special guest on here, and we're going to chat with her. She's I would say a mediocre newer seller on the app, and I kind of wanted to get her point of view about Whatnot versus me being on the app for a little bit over 2.5 years. She's been on the app less than a year. Yeah, right, Billie Jean? Less than a year. Does it start 1st of August? That's my understanding, old brass ass. Yes. Oh my gosh, I said your name wrong. I am always going to say that. I am so sorry. Old brass ass. Oh my gosh, how many people do that to you? Oh my gosh. I just see the donkey and I immediately say ass. I think you get every single one of us, yes. And I think it's funny that I met you just recently, and I love it that you have brass, because you know what? Hold on a second. You're gonna flip. I collect donkeys too. Okay? And I'm just gonna show you. These are right here. Oh, don't fall. You ready? I just have to show you guys this. So I have donkey number 1, and it's brass. Donkey number 1. And then I have donkey number 2. Donkey number 3. I don't know. And then this one. This one I got from CLM Farm. Look at that one. He's so cute. So, I don't know. I love that you have the old brass ass. See, I just said it again. And the fact that I collect brass donkeys, and now I've started collecting other donkeys, I just think that's hilarious. Yes. They're so cute. Okay. Billie Jean, are you ready to come on here? Let me know. Let's see. I think you're on. You just have to comment in the chat. Are you ready? I'm going to co-host you, and you just have to accept it. Invite to co-host. And then if you guys want a certain video up top or bottom, you just have to hit the swap screen. Okay.
Hey.
Okay, you're really down low. Uh-oh. I think I lost you. I'm going to expand the chat over here. Did you kick yourself out? I lost you. It says here. Okay, it's Jim. Let me invite to co-host again. It's me. Oh, okay.
Hey, it's me.
Okay, there we go.
Hold
Let
on.
me flip the camera, because you're like really... Swap. There we go. That makes my camera look weird. Does my head look this way now?
It looks huge.
Huh?
Your head looks huge.
I know, like, what the heck?
It's just all face.
I don't know, y'all. Just ignore my face. Put me on the bottom, and we'll look at Billie Jean.
Oh, my goodness. How's it going, everybody?
Okay, it zoomed in on me. Oh, boy. How do I do that? Zoom out.
It's lagging on my end. It's zooming in. What is happening? Jim, are you on here or off? Oh, dear.
Is it still really zoomed in? I will sit back. Oh, boy. I don't know. It's fine. I can just have a big fat head. I'll just have a potato head today, y'all. It's fine. It zoomed. Apparently Whatnot has been glitchy a ton today for everybody. Yes. Who knows? I'll just have a big potato head today. It's all right. Yeah, you look glitchy too. Am I glitching for y'all?
I'm glitchy. I feel like I'm glitchy.
Yeah, it was looking like you're going, and you weren't like that a few minutes ago.
It's glitchy. Jim, how do we fix this? I hate this.
It could be Whatnot. It could be Whatnot. For everyone that's watching, is it glitchy or does it seem normal? Unpin my listing so I can see. Okay, hold on. There you go. Is that better? You could try the old Microsoft solution, shut down and restart. It's glitchy. Am I even glitchy? I'm literally next to my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, me too. I'm right next to mine. I'm just frozen.
I see you just fine.
Oh, I see myself as glitchy. So, well, I'll just be glitchy. I'll just be glad. I just won't look
We'll
at
just
myself.
talk. We don't have to be animated. It's all right. Okay, so everyone that may not be familiar with you, will you go ahead and tell everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself and how long you've been on Whatnot?
Okay, so I'm Billie Jean. My husband is Jim. We do this together. We're a team. So we are Shooting from the Hip Vintage. It was originally my company that I formed many, many years ago, even before Jim. And I brought him in. He has been in finance for many years, 30 years actually. And he decided he would retire early, which is fine. And he decided to join me. And I asked him, "What do you know about vintage?" He said, "Nothing." So he's here with me. And that's fine. He's learning. He gets to do the packing and all the things, but he really loves it. And I have been dealing in vintage and antiques for my entire life because my parents, their side hobby, in addition to their full-time career, they had an antique store, and my mother had an antique and vintage jewelry store. And so they joined forces after they got married, and they had a larger store. But it was their side project, which they loved doing, and their friends would ask them to source different things for them. So I kind of grew up learning it, learning the business behind it, and learning about antiques, mostly antiques, because I don't even remember them being called vintage back then at all. So it was mostly antiques. And that's how I started. Basically, we would go sourcing every weekend, and there's photographs of me going to the auction with my parents, and I would be like a baby, just laying on the grass on a blanket while my parents bid on auction items at the various places. So that's where I started, and I really enjoyed it, and I've always done it on some level. And when I attended college, I did it a little bit, and then when I had my full-time career, I did it up and down. You know, you do it more, you do it less. It depends on where you are in your life. And now I'm doing it full time, which is great. I love it. So we are based in Arizona, and we also have a house on the East Coast. And we spend part of our time on the East Coast, and we spend part of our time in Arizona. Normally in the hot times, we're usually, back east where it's a much, much cooler. So we have the opportunity to source east of the Mississippi, which in my opinion is much better than west of the Mississippi. And we also travel to Europe and we source there as well. So during my career, I traveled
Yeah.
extensively um, for my career as well as for pleasure. So I've been traveling and gathering things up my whole entire life. And you tend to get a lot of stuff. So I thought, well, this might be a fun
Mhm.
place to kind of let go of some of it. And
How
I
did you
think it's been
find
good.
Whatnot?
That's interesting. A friend of mine, my mom had passed away. So I'll just tell you the whole story. My mom passed away just before Christmas, and it was something that she and I did together. And I thought, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore by myself. And it made me a little bit sad. And then I remember my mom would say, like, you have to go on. You have to do your own thing. You have to go on just because I'm not here. You have to still do things. And I remember she did tell me that right before she passed away. So I said, all right, well, what do I do with this now? And a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you just get on Whatnot and just check it out and just see what it's all about? And I thought, oh, that's cool. And I was looking for something to buy, something glowy, like some kind of glowy glass. And the first day I downloaded the app, this was in the end of March of 2025. So the first day, it was like 2 minutes after I downloaded the app, I went into what was called a seller support, and it was Sunset Swamp Market, Clarice. And
Oh
I
yeah.
had just downloaded the app 2 minutes prior. So I didn't have a profile, didn't have anything. I didn't have a show schedule because I had not planned to sell anything. So I went into her show and I
Yeah.
asked one question, and she was like, listen to me. I'm looking at your profile. You don't have a profile picture. You don't have a banner. You don't have a show schedule. I got scolded. 60 seconds. She told me how to do whatnot. 60 seconds is all it took. She taught me how to do whatnot in that 60 seconds. And I went, oh, okay. I should do all these things. And I wasn't even planning to sell. So that's when I set everything up. And I didn't do a show, but she scolded me. And I felt like, oh, okay. I feel like I should do this.
She's so blunt.
She's so blunt. And she was on her couch, like sitting on her couch, and she's like, listen here, Billie Jean, you need to do this and this and this and this and this. And she goes, don't come back. It wasn't like don't come back until you do it, but it was kind of like don't come back here until you do it because you need to have shows scheduled and you need to do all these things. So that was kind of funny. And that was within 2 minutes of downloading the app. And I learned a lot in that couple of minutes with Clarice. I learned a lot. And so I kind of just watched it for another hour or so. Then the next morning I got on and I saw like Eightfold Haven and I think BB's Boutique was on. Some of the people when they were just starting out. And I kind of just hung out. It wasn't like anything I had wanted to do necessarily to sell. But then as I went on and I watched longer and I thought, yeah, maybe I do want to do this. And I kind of got past, you know, the fact that my mom was gone and I did it with her. And I thought, this could be fun. I could do this. And then I decided I would do it. But before I started, my first show was September 30th, 2025. And before I started, I kind of made sure that all my ducks were in order, that I wanted everything to be not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And I think everybody
Yeah.
should know that. It's never going to be perfect. Just go and do
No.
it. It's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a show yesterday that stunk. I was tired. Jim was tired. It was bad. It was bad. I'm not going to lie. And Sunday is my
Yeah, you
regular
have
day.
good shows and bad
It's,
shows. It
you do.
all evens out.
You
Keeps you
do.
humble.
It keeps you, it's like golf. I say it's like golf. Like you have those great games, and then the next time you go out and you're in every hazard, you're in every sand trap, you're in all the water, and it sucks. But it's been good. For the most part, I would say 99% has been great, and I really enjoy it. My first show was September 30th, but like I said, before I started, I had a really clear plan. I made sure I had a really clear plan, although knowing it wasn't going to be always perfect. I had a very clear plan as to like my setup and what I wanted to sell. And my first 10 shows, I planned out a theme for each one because nobody knew who I was. I think that was really important. So
Yeah.
I did a theme for each show showcasing like cottage core or borough cottage or southwestern or something. But I made sure the first 10 shows minimum, it was a theme. I made sure it was 2 hours and I made sure it had a very clear, precise theme behind it so that people could see what it is I do. Now I do, of course, I mix themes with what did I find this week? But now people know who I am. And I have my loyal people and I have really wonderful, wonderful people and friends that come into my room. And I'm very, very grateful for that. But they know I've been on here long enough to know, for them to know what it is I do here and what I can bring to the table. Like it could be moody, it could be Southwestern, but they know it's going to be good. No matter what it is, it's going to be
Yeah.
good quality. It'll be packed correctly. It'll get to you it'll come out of my house at a proper amount of time. I can't guarantee what the post office does, but it'll come from my house on an appropriate amount of time. And I think that was really important for me to just establish who I was in the beginning and show them what could I bring, how do I do business, how do I do my customer service, what kind of quality items do I offer, and do I deliver what I say that I'm going to offer and deliver in the show. I think that's really important. You have to establish confidence, and I think that was
Yeah.
number one. Like if I were to make a list, a bullet point list, quality items, quality show, make it enjoyable. People come to see you to have a good time. Everybody has stuff. Keep it keep it humble, keep it quality in your show, keep it professional. You know, keep it professional. And then the next would be make sure your items are good. Um, Now, when you get into like 100-year-old Crocs, it's always going to be something, right? And we like it like that. Or chippy, like I just sold a bunch of chippy, crusty tools tonight, like this. You know it's going to be chippy, crusty. But for the most part, you're going to bring the best quality that you
People
can
like
bring.
that though.
I
Yeah.
know. I mean, yeah,
People
that
love
was the
that.
other thing that was hard for me to get into because, you know, I came from antiques. So for me to sell chippy, crusty stuff, I'm like, oh no, that's too crusty. People love it, and I like it too now. So that was pretty cool. But my
I
first show
like
was
it, girl.
successful. I know, I like it too. But my first show was successful. You were in there, and I sold 160 items in my first show, and it went smoothly. I think it was 3 hours, and I did 160 items, and I packed them, and they went out the door in the appropriate amount of time. And
I remember telling you, girl, slow your roll. You're going to have to pack all that in 2 days. Like, in my mind, I didn't know your background of packing and everything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you're going to freak out on the back end if you're just now starting to pack all this stuff and you have to get it out in 2 days. But you did it, and you do that all the freaking time. I don't know how you do it. But I was worried about you on that first show. I was like, slow down.
I know. I remember that. You were red chat. You're like, stop. But it was good because
I'm like,
I
you
did
realize
have
you have to pack this, right?
yeah. One whole lifetime. I remember going to UPS with my mom, and I was like 6 years old, and I was wearing a Wonder Woman costume, and I went to the UPS with my mother to deliver packages, and you know, so my mom taught me. You know, a lot of this business stuff came from my parents, and they were always in business. My family on both sides have businesses, and when you have that, I think you learn by osmosis in a way. You learn what to do, what not to do. I think knowing what not to do is really important. Like, don't put garbage into a box and expect to call it packing material. Or, um, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of small things. But I knew how to pack it. I knew how to do it. The only part I didn't know, how did the platform really work? And I remember I found your show, and I found you to be an extremely good teacher. And you explain everything really directly. And I don't like a lot of nonsense. Like, I don't want to be bogged down with jibber jabber. And I think the way you explained it was really to the point. It was really always good information in all of your shows. And that is what drew me to you in the first place. And I was appreciative of that. We sort of just, connected as we went throughout the months. And by the time the show came along, it was fine. There were still things to learn. I think once you go live, there's still a couple of questions you would have, but I wasn't like stressing. The first show, I wasn't stressed at all because this was, in my opinion, it was just another block, another segment to what I had been building for, I'm not going to say 50 years, but we'll pretend 50 years of building blocks. This was another block, and it just added to the tower that I was building. And I didn't have nervousness. I wasn't uncomfortable going live. I have done public speaking, I had a whole career where I had to deal with people. So it wasn't daunting. It wasn't scary. It was just a matter of learning this platform.
Yeah.
But why
I
can't
think
you
that's the
bring
hardest
all
part.
the other business momentum or all the other business ideas or all the other business um, techniques? Why not build it here? Why can't you do that? Of course you can. So everything you learn, you just build onto it right here. This is a business. First and foremost, it's a wonderful community, and I totally agree with that. And there are wonderful people, but at the end of the day, it's a business, right? And so you should be professional. Bring it to this platform. Do it like any other business. There's no difference.
You can be professional and still be yourself at the same time, yes.
Oh, totally. Yeah. No, totally.
Yep. If you can go back to your first week on the app as a seller, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell
Like, what
myself?
advice would you give?
Um, honestly, it would be the same as I gave myself before that first show. Like, you've got this. There could be a stumbling block, but you've still got this. And I remember telling a news seller what I'm going to say right now. I said, there's nothing to stress here about. If it doesn't go well, you just turn it off and you go again. You just, there's nobody who's going to be mean to you
Did you
in
do
a
that
way like,
today?
yeah, I went and had lunch.
Yeah.
Yes. This morning, I mean, you were there. It was like, what is going on? My show. I don't know what happened. I turned it off. I just said, I was hot. I just didn't feel well. I was hot. I was sweaty. It was like all the things. It happens. Just like when you play a sport. And I'm a big adventurist. I am an outdoors person. I am a sportswoman, and I do a lot of different sports, shooting sports, this sport, that sport. And you have that mentality where you got this. Sometimes it goes sideways, but how do you recover? Like in golf, when you go in the bunker, what do you do to get out of that bunker? You cry in the bunker? No. Do you go and get in your head about it? No. Do you get the yips? No. You just
Yeah.
take a breath, you turn this off, you start over. It's okay. I had a terrible show this morning. I don't know why. I was sweaty. I turned it off. I had lunch. I came back on, and you saw I had a much different show when I came back on. It still happens. It could happen
So
tomorrow.
Snickers is the solution. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Snickers.
Question: when something does not sell, how long do you wait to re-show it to buyers?
Do you want me to answer?
That's a good question.
So if
Go
something
ahead.
doesn't sell, I set it aside and I wait maybe 2 or 3 shows. Well, hold on. I'm going to say this. I usually wait 2 or 3 shows and I put it back up there. Except this morning, I had all the same stuff and I just turned it back on and it all sold. The things I showed this morning that nobody, not that they didn't want it, but whatever the situation was this morning, whatever that was, it was different this afternoon. And when I say this afternoon, within 2 hours, don't get discouraged. That's the only thing I can say. Don't get in your own
Yeah.
head. Don't ruminate over it. It's going to be okay. Don't percolate too long on it. Just turn it off, take a breath. If you have to sleep on it, and go again. There's no police that are going to come after you and say, oh, you can't do this anymore. No, just turn it off and
Yeah.
go again. I think that would
Yeah.
be definitely a
I've even had
reminder.
shows. I've had shows where I showed something, and then nobody wanted it, and it was a low price, and I'm just like, really, y'all didn't want it? And then I
Yep.
set it down, and then a few minutes later, they're like, hey, can you show number 7? And that was number 7. I grab it again, and then all of a sudden, there's a bidding war, and it gets triple times its bids, and I'm just like, you could have got it like 2 minutes ago for $7, and now you just pay 54, and you're like, what the heck happened? And
Yep.
then sometimes it could be in 3 shows of mine and not sell, and then the fourth one, the right person just comes in and they're like, yes, ma'am, I want that. Here's my money. Take it now. I want it absolutely right now. Hi, Michelle.
Yep.
Welcome in.
That is so true. I had it happen to I've had it happen where I showed it twice. Somebody asked for it twice. Didn't sell. I got a raid. The people that came in wanted it. It got into a bidding war with the people that were already there that wanted me to show it twice. And that was a huge,
Isn't that crazy?
it got run up really high. It happens. Don't percolate on it. Don't sit there and ruminate and go, oh, is it me? Is it this? No, just let it go. Like
No.
water on a duck's back, you must be unbothered. It's not personal sometimes. It's just sometimes the momentum
It
of the
just has to be the right person there. Yep.
Yeah. There was a basket. I have like a handmade Indian basket. You saw it. It's been in the bin for a little while. It's sold today. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. Sometimes I'll just pop things into the bin. It'll sell out of the bin like the next day, or it'll sit and I'll put it in the bin or I'll bring it back out. I'm not bothered. These things don't, you cannot be bothered by this. You just have to say, what am I doing for my next show, and make the next show the best show you can be. Yeah, do not be bothered. You must be unbothered.
Yeah.
truly.
That's why I always say buy stuff that you like. So if it's sitting around for a little bit longer than a week,
Yeah,
you ain't going to hate it because at least you like it and it's pretty
yeah,
sitting over there.
yeah. I
So
think
I
that's
have
very
like, I can
valuable.
tell you, I have shelves of stuff that's not even loaded on the app. I'm not bothered. It ain't selling because I haven't shown it to anybody yet.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. So I think that's a really good point, and I think that I don't buy according to the trend, like what's hot on the app, what's hot on Etsy. Mm-mm. I buy because it's good quality, or I buy because it makes my show beautiful, and people like that. I don't buy because it's the trend. I'm not going to go out and spend $200 like on a B box or something just because everybody's wanting the B box. They come into my room 3,000 times and ask for a fairy lamp. I'm going to tell you, nope, I don't have the fairy lamp. Very, very few times would I ever say yes, honestly. I don't buy for the trend.
Yeah.
I don't like to say this. This sounds arrogant or narcissistic. I buy to set the trend. Like I bring some eclectic things every show, whether I'm doing dark and moody or I'm doing pottery. It can have some whimsy in there, right? But try to set the trend versus chase that trend because you're never gonna catch it. Never. What are you gonna do? You're gonna
No,
go out
the
and
one
buy.
time I bought that B box, it was Michelle Steele's Raid Train for Estate Sale Wars. I had heart palpitations. I'm like, I just want to make my money back because that's a lot of money to invest in one item. I'm like, I could have bought like 50 things and I bought one. And I'm just like, I mean, it sold. I made my money. I'm glad about that, but I'm just like, dang, that's a lot of money just sitting there. It's really, really hard to invest that kind of money in pieces when you cannot guarantee, especially starting it for $1 and $3 if you're going to get that money back.
But don't
Because
you feel
honestly,
like
it could sell for 50 and then you lost your butt. So
but don't you feel like that changes the trajectory of your auction though? When you feel that in the heart and your soul and your gut and you're a little bit nervous about it, I feel like that changes the beat of your auction. I feel like you're kind of not you
yeah, because
specifically, but
people can
people.
read my face.
They can read the vibe. Like when you have that sort of
Yeah.
gut twinge and you're like, oh, I hope this goes, I hope this goes, or you're nervous about it, you're kind of like, come on. So you must not do that. It's like sports psychology. So by trade, I'm a doctor of psychology. It's my thing. By by doing that, you've almost psyched yourself out, right? Because you're already nervous
Yeah.
about it. And your auction, this is an auction. This isn't like you're sitting on something on eBay for a year, a day to a year, right? People can feel it, like the energy in the room. Today, it was a great example. I turned it off, changed my energy, got a Snickers, and I went back on, and it was 10 times better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They can feel
Yeah.
that. Like if you bought that B box for $300, first of all, you need that B box to go for $300. Let's just say hypothetically you paid 300.
Yeah.
You need that B box to go for 300, or you're just over there like a little bit showboating. You're like, here's my B box. And if it goes for three and you didn't tell anybody what you paid, you're like, yeah, I got three, but it's not true, is it? It's not really truthful.
No.
But
Yeah.
who wants to do that just to showboat, right? No, I don't think. I mean, maybe some.
I'm here to make money, not lose money. So,
Totally. I'm
like we
with you.
all are, we're all here to make that dollar to pay our
Totally.
bills.
Totally. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So,
I agree with you 100%. 100%. Who wants to be that nervous during the show? You want to have a good time? You should have a good time too in your show. You should have just as much fun as your guests. I want my guests to have a good
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I definitely can say that. If I show up and I'm nervous and I'm anxious, it's coming off as your body language and your face, how you present yourself, and it could be off putting to your buyers. Absolutely. So you have to be excited for what you're showing. You have to be excited that you're there and you're not just like, okay, this is this item. Nobody wants to buy from you.
Yeah.
Just go
Here,
away. We don't want to
here
buy
it
nothing from you.
is.
You're boring.
This is
So,
blue. You know, no, they don't.
right.
It's a show. It's like I call it because I'm old enough to say this. It's like QVC back in the day when if you were up late at night and the Grammys would call in and say, "This is Betty, and I bought that bracelet," and they're like, "Oh, I got that bracelet,"
Yeah.
but it's real time. We're able to interact. So, but it's better. And I have to say this. I am really grateful for everybody I've come in contact with on this app. I've had a really good experience. Um, you've been extremely helpful. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on here with you. I'm saying because I truly mean it, because obviously I don't say the things I don't mean ever. I've had a great experience. The people that come into my room are wonderful. I'm very, very lucky for that. And I have some really loyal friends and people that I'm extraordinarily grateful for that come in every time I'm on. I could be on 15 times in a day. They'll be there. And I'm grateful for that. And when I decided to sell on here, I wanted more than just, not that this is bad and I'm not ungrateful for the followers I do have, but I wanted more than just going like, I have the most followers in the world. I wanted people to come in and have a good time. I wanted to connect with the people that were in my room at all times. Even if you come in for 5 minutes, I want you to come out of there and go, wow, that was fun. That was a fun 5 minutes. Um, I'm grateful for like anybody who has been there, who rated into me. On my first show, I had like 2 rates, which was amazing, and I had a really good experience. Now, you get the trolls. You can't worry about those people. You can't worry about those trolls. You can't worry about all the nonsense. There's Roxy, girl. You can't
I
worry. I
tried
had a
to show
troll come
y'all.
in
She
today.
wouldn't stay still.
You just don't worry about the negative stuff. Let it roll. Block those people. I don't have a problem blocking trolls. Block them. We blocked one today. Somebody came in and said something nasty that wasn't in Red Chat. Everybody saw it. Jim booted them. You move on. It's just the way it is.
I always miss all your weirdos come in your room.
Yeah.
I'm always in and out too much though, but
Yeah.
you've had a lot more strange people in your rooms than I have ever had. I think it's really odd, but now that I say that, they're gonna come in my room and they're gonna be like, "Hey."
I know. No, lately, lately, I'm not going to say when it started. I'm not going to go there. But lately, yeah, I've had every show, there's been some kind of thing. But that's okay. I don't care. You just block it. We don't care. I don't want my people that are there with me to be uncomfortable. That's my thing. Like having them be happy and comfortable is being a good hostess, right? In the book of
Yeah.
etiquette, being a good hostess is taking care of the people that are visiting your house. And these people are here visiting my house, and they deserve to be treated well. It's not just about like I'm the host and you better come in my room and respect me. This is about my guests being comfortable. So I do everything in my power to make them happy and make them comfortable.
Yeah, you got to protect your people in your room and your vibe of your space. Yep, exactly.
But you also have to stand your ground. Like you have to stand your ground though, and you have to be firm, and you have to run your show. I have to say this from day one. I decided you run your show the way you want it to be run, and you do what's good for you, and you have to stand your ground. Because I noticed the first day I went on, there were other sellers that came in and wanted to take control of the room. Must not let that happen.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. If I want to say something to somebody that I'm worried about them, I usually red chat them so it doesn't feel like I'm being bossy. I'm just like, hey, just heads up. But yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like sellers want to take control of the room? They're like telling you what to do. Hey, I need you to run number this. Are you going to run a giveaway? Do you have max shipping? Why aren't you offering max shipping? I need you to run this one next. Like they're just taking over and telling you what to do instead of you running your own show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what she's meaning.
Yeah, it's your prerogative how you run it. Like if you want to go top to bottom, left to right, do a giveaway, don't do a giveaway. Do it in whatever order you want, the pace you want, until you're comfortable to change or whatever. It's your prerogative how you run it.
Yeah.
And you don't ever they call it it's like sharks, like blood in the water with sharks almost. They come in and that's just with life though. Like this is like with life. There are always going to be people who feel the need to be bossy. That's all. You just let it go. You just let that go and you move on. It's not a big deal. I don't worry about it, but you can't be bothered, especially when you're live and they can see your face. You can't be bothered. You can't allow
Yeah.
that to affect how you operate. You certainly can't let your face be a thundercloud, right? Because you're mad.
Mhm.
So don't do that.
For sure.
But yeah,
I'm gonna
thank
ask
you
you
for
another
this.
question. You ready?
Another question? Okay, I'm ready.
Do you see all these questions I
Oh my!
have?
Do you remember the questions I sent you the very first time? There were like 20. Do you remember those?
Yes, and I answered them all in the seller support. Yeah,
You did. Yeah.
I totally did. You guys, whenever she was first, before she even started, she's like, "Okay, I have a bunch of questions I want to ask you." And I said, "Well, send them over, and the next seller support, I will sit there and talk about them, and we'll make sure that you get every single question answered." So I literally wrote them down and I answered them one by one by one, and I made sure she was in the room, and I think I answered them all. And so, hey, it was worth my time. I was able to help somebody that day. Okay. How do you stay motivated during slower weeks or months, which is many of us as sellers are experiencing right now during summer slowdown? So, what keeps you motivated without getting
Um,
frustrated?
Success. I think that this stems from the fact that I'm a sportswoman and I am good at conditioning my mind and training my mind to stay focused on the end game or the prize, so to speak, to keep my mind clear of nonsense. All the nonsense, again, let it go. You don't need to ruminate over that. You don't need to sit and percolate on negative things. Think about, instead of wasting time being negative in your mind, which actually spirals. When you're a little bit negative, it turns into more and more and more. And I'm not criticizing that. I'm just saying that's a fact. Focus on, like, even if you have to write a list down, like writing it down, there's something cathartic about writing it down. Make a list of, what is my goal? What do I want to achieve in the next week, 2 weeks, a month? What do I want to have happen by August? Because we know that in August, it starts to kick off again because now it's into fall and getting ready for Christmas, which is a huge time for us, right? And that really starts in July, but really kicks off in August. So don't percolate on the negative parts. Now, I'll use this. I saw Squirrel was in there. So the Navy SEALs, when they do training, they train you to condition your mind to not say the word I think or try. You just do. It's like Yoda. There is no try, there is only do. So when you start conditioning your mind thinking that way, where there is only one choice and it's to do.
Mhm.
You don't waste so much time with your mind thinking about the negative. You just kind of get after it, and you, like, we know it's slow. If you're slow, go do something. Go clean something out, organize your space. I just did that the other day. When you start to feel something, go do something productive. Get outside, walk outside, take your dog for a walk, just get out of the environment for a minute. Don't think about the try, just do something. Go do something. Organize it. Get ready for August because it's going to kick off in August. And you'll be like, I don't have time to even do laundry in August, September, October, November. And if you want to be successful, you have to be prepared for that time. So I think that in sports, competitive sports, because I did play competitive sports, golf being one of them, you just kind of train your mind to overcome the obstacle. How do I fix it right
Yeah.
now? Overcome the obstacle. So that's what you do. Just don't ruminate. I think that's the worst thing you can do. So that's how I get over it. And I'm old enough now where I am literally unbothered. I'm just unbothered. More now than
Yeah.
ever.
I think my favorite thing to do is tell myself, okay, this week I need to hit X dollar amount. And then I think, okay, well, how am I going to hit that X dollar amount? How many shows do I have scheduled? Do I have enough shows scheduled to hit that? Do I need to have some extra ones? Do I have the right amount of product? Do I have all my product loaded? Do I have it ready? Is it cleaned? All these little things that I need to put together to hit my end goal. And if you do all those little goals, that does make sense, to help push you there. Yeah. And if that doesn't happen, what's my backup plan?
No, that's exactly a good point. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to write it down.
Yep.
Today, I think is a really good example, and I'm really glad it happened. What could I have done this morning? I could have quit. I could have turned that thing off, and I could have went and ate some one of my favorites, Rocky Road ice cream, and I could have watched a movie and been like percolating on what did I do? What did I do? But what did I do? I went in, I ate a pickle, and I had some coffee, and I changed my shirt. I felt like I changed my shirt. That shirt did me in. I don't know. I was bothered about everything. I changed my shirt, and I just started over. And then I sold 157 items. That's a difference of 2 hours. That was only 2 hours. That wasn't even like a whole day. So instead of quitting and being like mad about it or woe is me or like, what did I do? What did I do? I just said, screw this. And I went back on, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But you don't quit.
Yeah, you don't quit. You just say, okay, well, that was crappy. I'll just try again. It's okay. It keeps you humble, really does. Because when you have a show and you're like, well, I made $40. Well, crap, I don't make $40 in 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Why am I getting mad about that? I'll come back later. I'll make more money. It's fine.
And I agree with that.
You have to think about it that way, too.
You do. And again, I'm not ungrateful for what happened this morning. I'm actually pretty grateful. It made me change my state of mind, my state of being. I changed my state. And I actually said, I am so grateful that my loyal guests were there for me. I wasn't alone in it. They were there. They were hanging out with me. They were rooting me on. They were there for me. Every one of them. And I was grateful for that. So it wasn't a loss. I don't consider it to be like this great misery. But, if you're trying to hit a monetary goal every day, well, what are you going to do? Just not hit it? Or are you going to just turn that thing back on? Just turn that back on and go for it again.
Yeah. My sister-in-law, she's a seller on here, and she sells jewelry. She does not end her show until she hits her goal for the day.
Yeah.
So if she can hit that goal in 2 hours, she's done. If she hits the goal in 6 hours, then she's done. Seriously, she stays on until she hits her number. I was just like, well, you go, girl, but that's a long day sometimes.
So. And if I let's be clear though, if I did that and I stayed on this morning, right, and I was supposed to stay on for like 5 hours, I never would have hit it. I never would have hit it.
I told her to take a break too.
I literally, if I didn't turn it off, go eat that pickle and change my shirt, it never would have been the successful show that I had the second time around. Never. Not ever.
Yeah. Amen. I agree with that. Sometimes you just have to take a step back and then come back, and even if it's 20 minutes, 5 minutes, reset yourself and then just show back up again. Yep. Slap yourself in the face a few times and then be like, hi, I'm back. Whatever works.
Whatever you have to do to get yourself pumped up. I turned a different playlist on. I'm just like, okay, change the state across the board. Whatever you have to do to make that happen for yourself, then you go and do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Who cares? You could go on here 15 times in a day. There's no law that says that you can only go on one time. There's no law that says you have to be on only at 5 o'clock every Sunday evening. Go do what you want. Get on there 15 times in a day if you want to.
Yeah. There's some people that go live at like 5 a.m. and then they get off and then they go live again at like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm just like, I hope you had a nap in the day. So I'm sure you're tired by then. That's what I start thinking.
Exactly.
Let's ask a fun question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever sourced?
What is the weirdest thing I've ever sourced? Well, I did buy a box of glass eyes. I bought a glass eye box, like from the 1800s.
Like human eyes?
Yeah. I bought that. I've sourced some weird stuff. Like I've been to weird places and I've sourced weird things. So when they would go to fit you for a glass eye back in the day, which was a thing, they would have a case of eyes where you could like test an eyeball and to see if it was the right size and the right shape and all that for
That
your
sounds
eyes.
cool.
Yeah. So I guess that was pretty weird,
I would have picked those up too.
right? It's pretty
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I've sourced a lot of weird things. I've sourced like weird taxidermy. The eyeballs. The eyeballs I think were my favorite because it was a full set of eyeballs. I once got a snake in a jar. There was a snake in a jar once, like in liquid. I think it was whiskey.
Did you
not
sell
even
these things?
Well, the one I gave away, I did sell the eyes. The eyes were sold. I feel like the weirder the
Oh.
better. And then I've been to a lot of weird places to go pick things too. Like if you're a little bit afraid, you're not doing it right. If there's no if we my mom and I went to this one, it was one of the last times she went out sourcing with me. And we were way out in the country. This was way out in the country. We drove and we drove and we ended up at this farmhouse. And I don't know if you guys remember X-Files, that one episode where it was the family that lived way out, way out, and they were all like psychopaths. That's what it was like. And we rolled up into the driveway, which was we were already way out, and then the driveway was really long, probably like a good half mile to a mile long of driveway. And we get there, and we were supposed to be meeting this person to go in a barn and pick stuff out of a barn. And we arrive. There's no vehicles, but we could see the curtains moving and they were peeking at us through the upstairs curtain. And I thought, well, this is either going to be a really great pick or I'm going to be a skin suit. Either way, either way. It ended up being a really good pick. So there's weird places, you get weird things. It just is part of it. The dirtier, the better, I guess. I don't know. Well, the dirtier, the better.
Some of the places I go into are sketchy.
Yes. The sketchier, the better. Sketchier, the better.
Yeah. It's like, will I get murdered today, or am I going into a van to follow somebody to their house to go to their basement? You never know. I don't know. I just want to find some cool stuff.
Throw some dice. You never know what's going to happen. You never know.
My Desert Rabbit asks, can you give your thoughts on pop-up shows?
I like pop-up shows. I don't dislike anything. I have to be honest. You have to understand, I have a really positive attitude. And I am definitely like, not just the glass is full, it is like flowing over because, yeah, the one we just did was a pop-up. This was technically a pop-up we just did, 150 plus items sold. I say this. If you feel the need to go on or you feel inspired, whether it's 1 in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning, do it. Just go for it. There is, again, nothing's holding you back. You only hold yourself back. There is nobody telling you to do it or not do it. It's just you.
Yeah.
Pop up. Yes, I think you should. I see the value, and I do think you should have one anchor show minimum, where you have that anchor show that's kind of like your day that you go on where people can find you all the time, right? Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? I see the value in that, just for sure, so people can get to know you and see you. But if you feel like popping up, go do that. If you just did a pick or an estate sale or a private pick and you have like 4,000 dice, go on and do a dice show. Or whatever the heck you bought that day, go do that show. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you feel it, because here's the thing. I feel like that's really positive energy. Like if you feel inspired to get on and you're not dragging and you're not tired and you feel really motivated, that's going to be reflected in your show and people are going to feed off of your energy.
Yeah.
So do it.
Does anybody have any other questions you want to ask? Feel free to drop them in the chat.
This is the
Rusty
one.
Patina, you have a good night. Huh?
This is the one time. Ask all the questions. The one and
Yeah,
only.
I'm like, go ahead and ask.
Yep.
Do you want to ask me any questions since I'm asking them all?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I ask you a lot
You
of
sure?
questions, like on a daily basis. I send you a text. I'm like, what about this? What about that? Do you feel like the app has changed? Because you've been here for 2 years. Do you feel like there's a huge difference in the vintage categories from 2 years ago to right now in this time, right here? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I started, what was it, March of 24. Okay. And by that December, so that was 2024, I hit 2,000 followers and I worked my butt off. Yes, I was working full time, but I at least had 1 to 2 shows every week. I was on the app 24/7, networking, all the things. Okay. If a new person comes on the app, you could have 2,000 followers before you have a first show now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the different level of people, of how many people are now on the app compared to what it was when I first started. Okay. And so now you see that I have like what, almost 14,000 followers now. How long have you been on the app? You started, what would you tell me? September of 2025,
So
right?
September 30th was my first show, but I had been on the app since the end of March. And by the time I had my first show, I had 1,000 followers by the time I went live on my first show. So
Yeah, so
March
I bet you,
2025 to
and you
September,
have how many people now?
6, I don't know.
I think you have like 6,000, right? I'm all looking.
I think so.
6.5K. I bet you before your first year, you're going to have 10K.
You think?
And I've been on the app for 2 years before I hit 10K. So the amount of growth on this app is exponentially insane. There's some people that have been on the app less than you and they hit like 20K in a year. Yep. And I'm just like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It just depends on how you work yourself on this app, how you network with other people. Are you going into cross categories? Like, are you in vintage decor? Are you going to estate sales? Are you in storage units, ephemera, and getting yourself access to all these different people and not just one category? That can change your whole outcome and how many followers, how many viewers you got. Are you starting things for $1 all the time and stuff like that? But it's just insane how much growth is on this app since I first started. And it's also only going to get even more crazy as we keep going.
Don't forget, tell them about, if you have a following elsewhere and you bring it over. I see people with that where they have a huge following on another platform and they come over and they almost instantaneously have 10,000 followers. Like almost overnight when they go live.
Yeah, there's several people like that. Whatnot, yeah. When they were first growing, they were reaching out to different people like on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram that had a following, that had, like they sourced or sold different things, or they maybe wanted to dip their toe into selling, and they talked them into within contracts. It's all hush hush. But I can tell you there are contracts because I have talked to people, okay? But there is contracts that they get them to come over. They get them like lesser fees, get them to sell. They have, where they're able to talk to people in Whatnot one-on-one. So they have direct support and all of that. And with that, they're exchanging them to bring their following from other platforms over here. Because Whatnot is trying to get more people to know about the app, bring people in. So that's what they're doing in exchange. So if you saw, what was that one guy that brought like 1 million people in his show? I don't even remember, but That was earlier this year, and it seemed like the app went kind of crazy for a little bit. Like those
Mr.
little things that Whatnot does, they want the growth. Yeah, I can't remember. Mr. Beast, yeah.
Beast.
Beast or whatever his name was. And so they do that with smaller people, they do it with bigger people. So you can see if you go on YouTube, you can go look at Follow That Bug. Follow That Bug is on Whatnot too, and she has her own YouTube channel. She was like one of the first people that have been on the app for the longest time. I remember the day I got rated by her. I mean, it's so fun. And now you're starting to see, if you guys are on YouTube, you can follow like some other people that I follow on YouTube. They are over here now, but not all of them are bringing their following. They're just growing themselves over here. That's what I did. I have followings elsewhere, but I didn't tell them. So it's just really interesting, but it's just the way that Whatnot is using different people to grow the app in the long run. I mean, that's how you bring the money in, by sharing with all the people.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you how you feel about that, but at the same time, I mean, you want to be a little grouchy. I want to be a little grouchy about it because you're like, well, wait a minute. But at the same time, business is business, right? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
I feel like I don't know if I did anything personally to upset Whatnot, but I feel like after I hit a year on the app, I don't feel like I'm as visually seen out there. But I'm also going to say that there's a lot more sellers that I'm working against to get that visual aid of people coming in. So I struggle getting people to keep coming into the show. I don't always do my dollar starts, which is really hard sometimes, especially when you have some expensive items. But I don't really want to be known as the dollar start queen and selling a million items a show, and then I have to pack it all because I'm just not a high volume seller. I'm never going to be. I rather just sell quality things. I mean, but there's other people that can sell 300, 400 items. I mean, you sell 150 and you do that like nothing. And I'm like, I can't do that. My brain's just like overload. But it just really depends on what kind of seller you are. But I feel like there was a shift after I've been on the app for about a year to 2 years that I wasn't getting as much visibility. So I don't know if it's shadow banning or what's going on there. I have no idea, but I'm thankful for the people that do still show up. But you have to just work with it and find ways around to get people in your room still. Still keep networking, still talk to people. Ray trains are amazing.
I have arrived.
Did you find the leak?
No.
You didn't find the leak?
No.
So there's complaining about nothing?
I told him if it gets worse, I'm just going to go start cutting off the big valves. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. I don't care if people have water or don't have water. Tired of phone calls.
Can I shower first before you turn stuff off?
I ain't turning ours off. I'm going to turn
other people's off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then 3 fire trucks and a big tanker just headed east.
Uh-oh.
What's on fire?
Called Ronnie and he said somebody heard it on, I guess, on the radio, the scanner, or structure fire. So
it was really windy today. That
but good. So three fire trucks and then the big 50,000 gallon tanker.
Come say hi to Billie Jean. Do you recognize this man that packs your boxes like cray cray?
The best packer ever.
He loves picking on Billie Jean. Every time she packs for me, he's like, let's tape it up like crazy. Should I use duct tape this time? Or what'd you use one time? I can't even remember. A big tube inside another tube or something.
I used a tube and then tube, tape, saran wrap, and some other stuff.
Yeah.
He's
my boyfriend. He won't commit to me, Desert Rabbit.
Yeah, that was the hardest one for me to open. I actually had to use a knife. That one was terrible.
I remember that one you said. That was hilarious. I was like, what the freaking hell is this? But I did order some stuff that was a pain in the butt for you to ship, and I was like, man, I bet she hates me now. But this was crazy.
Well, you know what? That was a really good learning lesson for like Whatnot bundling. Make sure you unbundle some stuff and make sure you put that art separate, because that was the time you had like art or something, then you had two little things. which was ridiculous.
Yeah, I bought the big stars from you that were like really huge and then 2 tiny things, and I didn't think about it. Typically, I think about what I'm buying and what you may have to pack, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that to her. But I have done that to a few people, and now I'm like, man, I'm an asshole buyer.
No, no, but it was
Because
an
some
excellent
things are
learning.
crazy that I buy.
It was perfect
Yeah,
for me
because you.
because then I realized you have to just unbundle that. That was a perfect learning lesson. You have to learn the hard way sometimes, and that was it. That was it.
You put it together though.
I like people that talk shit because I get them back when it comes to packages.
Well,
I will make your package a nightmare.
let me tell you what, Jim packed your one from the other day, so I don't know what happened there, but good luck. Just to let you know.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Yeah, I did order some stuff the other day. So
That's
I
all right.
gotta see what happens, what comes in the mail.
I get creative when it comes to how to pack boxes and what I can use.
Oh my gosh, we got a raid!
We got
Collected by Jess. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your show? We are just doing a seller support show. And I have a special guest on tonight. Billie Jean was shooting from the hip. So if you guys have any questions, you have 2 sellers here to chat with.
Okay.
Drop your shows. You guys hop in the giveaway. Let me finish my show, hun.
I don't care what you're doing. You can stay on all night for all I care. I'm going to go feed my fish. I'm going to shower.
Do you have to tell 1,500 people?
Yeah.
We need all the details.
Okay.
I got to go feed my fishies in the backyard.
Okay. We'll feed the fish. You just flipped me off, y'all. Love you too.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Roxy, you need to go outside?
He's like, give me attention now. Where were we?
The next, well, I was going to ask you, do you ever get recognized when you go out sourcing? Like when you're out sourcing or at the grocery store, does anybody ever say, oh, it's Jensen Joy? Oh my gosh.
Twice.
Twice? That's cool.
Yes. And both was from sellers. And the first time that it happened to me, I was in Lubbock. And I was at an estate sale just looking, doing my own thing. And someone's like, hey, are you Jensen Joy? And I was like, my face was like, what? Yes? And she's like, oh, well, I'm shoot. Now I forgot her name. Patricia Ward. She's a seller on the app. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's you. I always heard her voice and I always seen her hands. I've never seen her face, so I didn't know who she was. And I was just like, oh my gosh, how cool is that? So, and then another estate sale, it was the other direction. And I met, something Gypsy. She's in Dallas. Anyways, we saw her. That was a crazy estate sale where people could fall through the floor.
Nice.
And there were so many people, but it was just crazy that she's like, hey, I know you. And I was like, hi. I didn't even recognize her either. I get so in a zone at estate sales that I'm just like, I don't know who anybody is. You just get zoned in. You're like, oh, yeah. I need this. I need to hold it all. And I got to grab that. And so you don't pay attention to everybody that's around you. But I know you told me you got recognized, which is very exciting. Did you react the same way? Like,
yep. Yep. I was like, well, she said, I know you. It was like a voice from behind. She says, I know you. And I thought, and you do? It was weird. And then she said, I recognize your voice, which felt weird because I'm not like a just hand seller. And she's like, oh, I knew it was you. The whole room went quiet because they were all looking like, who is it? And I'm thinking like, it's nobody. It's okay. Just look away. It's not a big deal. But the whole room kind of went quiet. It was an estate sale, of course. And I was there kind of zoned in. But the same thing, I felt like you. I was like, really? It just felt, it felt weird. But it was cool. And she was all excited. And then I just felt weird about it. I just felt like, is that really happening?
It does feel awkward. It's like, wait a minute. Did you just call me by my handle instead of my name? And you're like,
yep.
Oh, yeah. It always catches me off guard. I'm like,
Yep.
maybe one of these days I'll be normal. I don't know. Probably not. I'll just be caught off guard because you're like already in the zone of I got a source, and
Oh yeah.
you're looking for what you want to look for, and you're not really thinking about who's around you.
I was just glad I had good pants on because I had on like camouflage cargo pants where I keep all my junk, like my flashlight and my phone and cargo pants are good. And I had my sweet fanny pack on. And I thought, there have been worse outfits I've gone to estate sales in. And I thought, I'm just glad I have a good t shirt on and a good pair of pants. There have been some outfits because you're out there. Sometimes you're out the whole day and you've gone through some filthy, dirty place. You're covered in filth. You're sweaty. It's now summer, so hot, and you've just dug and crawled through some attic like a raccoon. And I was just glad that I looked halfway okay, and I didn't have on one of my worst outfits, but it was not terrible. So I was just glad it
Right.
wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I'm glad it was a pair of what is that store?
Yeah. If
They're very
anyone ever
utilitarian.
finds me in the wild, I do not look like this out in the wild. My hair
Oh
is
no.
up. I have a hat on. I am casual. I might not wear makeup. And I'm glad I didn't the other day because I sweated outside for an hour and a half standing in line in 100-degree heat. Yeah, you just don't wear makeup those days. And I was like, I think I smell. And then I realized I'm starting to take deodorant with me now because it's so hot.
So
Extra
hot.
water.
It's
What?
so hot.
Come in here,
No, I'm
stare
with
at you and
you.
bug you.
I had my hair, at least my hair was fixed, and no makeup, and I did have on my very utilitarian cargo pants. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse. It was fine.
Yeah, I always have like my pockets stuffed full. I have my tape measure, I have my flashlight, my card, my phone. Sometimes I sit there and look stuff up. Yeah,
Yep.
I need
Well,
to
I'm
get my
rocking.
fanny pack
Oh,
purse.
I'm rocking a fanny pack. I'm like old school. I don't even wear crossways. I wear it old school, like original fanny pack. That's how you wear it. Not across your chest. Don't be a piker. Wear it around your waist where it's supposed to be.
I
Old
like it
school.
on my chest because I know no one's gonna steal it because they'll look like they're trying to grab my boobs or something. So
Fanny
So I
packs are the
just
way
know
to
it's
go.
right there, or else it's in my pocket because I don't trust all sometimes you get elbow to elbow with people,
Oh
and I
yeah.
don't like to have extra bags on me.
Oh yeah.
But you can carry more that way.
Yeah.
Can I help you,
When
Patrick?
we gonna go get Tahoe?
Not right now.
Okay.
He's trying to get me to buy a new car. We looked at a car today.
Well, I had to put mine in the shop, so we need to get something to pull a boat. Trade yours in. We'll get something bigger so we can have something to pull the boat.
How did I know?
Yeah, his new truck, you guys, all of a sudden decided it doesn't want to go into drive all the time. So I had to go to the shop today.
So
Some
I'm trying
kind of recall.
I'm trying to convince her to get a bigger vehicle.
So I can buy more stuff.
So it's a win-win. So she'll have a bigger vehicle to pack more stuff in the car, or when she goes sourcing, and then when my truck is down or if I'm having problems, I can use hers to pull my boat or go fishing.
This makes sense. This makes
See?
total
No.
See?
He just wants me to buy another vehicle so he can use mine to tow the boat. Okay, we're still talking here. Sir.
I'm just talking about in general, so I can go fishing
Okay.
because your little car doesn't.
I have a question for you. What kind of new types of shows do you want to try this year? Do you have any goals of something different to try?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I kind of was thinking about a little competition show. That might be kind of fun. Not like, I don't know, maybe a little competition show. That might be a fun thing to do. Different theme shows might be kind of fun. Kind of get out of the box a little bit. That might be okay. I was actually thinking about that the other day. I haven't come to a final sort of idea, but I was thinking about what am I going to do between August and December? To change it up, to keep it interesting, to keep it fresh. So I haven't come to a final thought on that yet, so I'll have to get back to you. But if maybe a competition would be fun, I think. What about you?
Competition will be good. I told you to do 10-10. Try 10-10 or Estate Sale
Okay.
Wars. But you have to get on their list and you don't know when they're going to ask you. You just have to be ready to go.
Oh, jeez.
Ready to just go sourcing and be ready.
It doesn't sound terrible.
I don't know if Michelle's still in here, but Michelle's Deals is one you can ask for Estate Sale Wars.
Okay. Well, how about you? What do you think you're going to do that's different? Have you thought about it yet?
I want to try jewelry.
Yeah.
Jewelry show.
Yep.
So I have been collecting jewelry slowly over time, and I want to see if maybe sprinkling in some jewelry shows. One, because they're easy pack, and two, I like jewelry. I don't know if you guys see me, but I like to wear my jewelry.
Yeah.
I like different stuff. And so I want to source stuff and do a show and just see how it goes. But I don't want to do like a weekly show where I have to force myself to find stuff, because I also help my sister-in-law sourcing, but maybe once a month or something, one of those. I think that would be fun. And I like dipping my toe in different categories because I feel like it helps my growth. It helps me not be bored of selling the same thing over and over. And just, I like shopping for everything, kind of like you like shopping for everything. I love art. I love books. I love brass. I love Rusty Crusty. I love linens. But I like to mix it up, so I'm not selling just art, just books all the freaking time. I like to mix it up, so people can shop with me when they're looking for something different. Because just because you're looking for glass one week doesn't mean you're gonna want glass the next week. So
that makes sense. I have to agree about the jewelry, because when I do jewelry, I add it to all my shows. Like, I'll do a little bit of jewelry in every single show that coordinates with the show. And then I thought about also kind of doing a jewelry show. Why not? But like you said, not every week. I don't want to do it weekly, maybe once a month. This is the monthly jewelry show.
yeah.
Because I do bring jewelry. There's certain guests that buy jewelry from me, and I love doing that. And fabric. I love to save the fabric. I love to save it. All the fabric.
Didn't I show you my buyout?
Yes.
I gotta work through that too. I gotta figure out how that sells.
It sells
Because
well.
some of the fabric shows that I see, they actually measure it out and they're like, okay, this is a yard, even though they have a big, what do they call it? The thing that's still on the cardboard. I can't even think what that's called. But I don't have mine like that. Mine are pre-cut because it was a quilter. And so they're like folded up. So I got to measure them. But I'm like, how much do I charge for each one? And
yeah,
I got to, measure each thing of fabric before I can sell it. I can't guesstimate. So
no, well,
that's the process.
I have collected. I have collected a lot of extra parts, like all the vintage pins. I own them all. I'm pretty sure I have all the vintage pins in the world, and all the little like finishing items, like all the little things you would finish a project with, whether it's piping or all the things. And I thought, well, that would be a good show. Not every
There's
week.
there's a whole other world on Whatnot in fabric. I have been sitting into some shows just to educate myself, which I think is a good thing. If you want to go in a new category, it is wise to put yourself in rooms to get to know other sellers. So if they come into yours, you're going to be like, hi. You can already make friends, and I have been learning a lot for them.
Yeah.
So
fabric's the way
like
to
different
go.
types of fabric, what's selling, what people are looking for. Are they looking for prints? Are they looking for trims or fringes or whatever it may be?
Well, think about it. Joann's closed, and not that Joann's the be-all end-all, but it used to be you could just go on a Sunday morning. Oh, I'm working on this project. I'm going to pop down to Joann's and pick up these 2-3 things. You can no longer do that, and Hobby Lobby's great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they do not have the selection that Joann's did. I really don't like it. So I feel like
that's why
to save the fabric and save the fringe, save the needle, save the pins, save everything. If you need a needle, you cannot even go down and grab the size needle that you want. the other day I was doing upholstery and I needed one of those giant upholstery needles. And I went to my stockpile of junk that I saved from the estate sales. I found one in there because you can't go to Joann's and pick up an upholstery needle anymore.
Nope.
So I feel like I
Exactly.
just need to save it. I need to save the fabric and all the things that go with it. So that would be a good one, I think, probably.
Yeah, that
Except
estate
for
sale
I'm
that
not
I
sure.
bought that whole thing of fabric, that's where I bought all those needlepoint kits, and cross stitch kits. And I bought, they had to open that estate selling series because that house was so hoarded, like to the ceiling of stuff. So I bought like a little bit, I would sell it all, and I got more. And now I have even more just sitting up over here on this bed. I'm sorting through stuff right in here because it's cooler in the house. I already have 50 more, and I know I have more in my shed that I packed in with the fabric that I got to pull out of just kits. And then I have quilting kits, and it's insane, but I know there's an audience for it because Joann's is close. Where are people getting their fabric? Because Hobby Lobby
Yeah.
ain't it. And you can't get the vintage prints anymore either. And
No.
people are just going to love that because once that stuff's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. I remember,
So.
this is funny because my mom used to joke. My mother loved to sew, and she was a good sewer, and she would make all the costumes. She was like a costume builder, the basics and the cost. She was a costume builder, and she would build the costumes for not just the school plays, but she would volunteer with like the ballet company and the opera company just because she enjoyed building costumes.
Yeah.
So she has quite the hoard of fabric, and she would joke and say, "This is your inheritance, this fabric, because someday," she would say, "someday you won't be able to go to Joann's and get the fabric." And this was probably like 10 or 15 years ago. And ironically, she's right. Well, you cannot go to Joann's and get anything. You can't get a needle. You can't get the fabric. You can't get the trim. You can't get anything. So I definitely feel like I should save it. And I think that there is a market for it because you cannot get the quality fabric, the vintage fabric. And I think you should save it. When you go to the estate sales, save it. Don't let it go to the dump. That goes for anybody. Because even
I
if
still
you
have fabric from my grandmother.
do you, yeah, good. That's awesome.
I mean, I got her sewing machine, and so I told my mom, I'm like, give me the fabric, at least let me train myself on fabric that's free. But I haven't had time to do that. But I'm like, I can barely sew a straight line, so I need practice. But yeah, I still have her fabric, and she used to work at Walls. I don't know if you've ever heard of Walls, but they used to
I
make
have.
all the jackets and the overalls. My mom worked there too. So like my grandma came home and she would make the family jackets like they would at Walls because she can make it cheaper than us buying a new one. And
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. My
she
father's
has all
mother
that stuff.
was a seamstress by trade. So my father's mother was a seamstress, and she would also build costumes. And she wanted to live in New York, and she wanted to make costumes for Broadway, right? But she got married very,
Oh
very
yeah.
young. And her husband was like, "There's no way we're going to New York so you can build costumes on Broadway." So she had a shop out of her house, and she could eye you up just with her eyes, and she could make you an outfit without even measuring you. And now that's a skill. Like I can sew, but not like that, right? That's a whole nother level of sewing, without a doubt.
My mom made my prom dresses when I
Did
was in high
you really?
school for me. Yeah.
That's
She would let
awesome.
me pick out the fabric and we designed it together. And even my wedding dress when I was married, me and her, I bought a plain wedding dress and me and her like beaded it up ourselves and made it like my own, because it was one of those David Bridal ones. But yeah, she's so talented. I can't even, I'm like, Mom, I don't even know how your brain works to putting a pattern together to turn it into this. Like, my brain doesn't work that way. But she worked wonders. I was just like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So good.
my mom too.
But yeah.
That's the thing. The pattern, like doing the pattern portion, That's something. Just my mom would go, okay, and there's this. She would make a pattern out of something like a grocery bag. And I'm like, how the heck did you do that? Or she would make you pajama pants. She's like, here, I made you some pajama pants today, and they fit. I made a pair of pajama pants once. One leg was definitely bigger than the other. One leg was shorter than the other. And they were both too tight and too small at the same time. So no, that's not my forte.
Does she say you have one leg longer than the other?
Yeah. One was long, one was short, and then it was both too tight and too big, all at this. And then my cord wasn't right. You know how you have to do the drawstring? That wasn't right either. The worst pajama pants ever.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, they're just pajama pants. Put them on and wear them anyways. You're fine.
You would perish in your sleep because they were too tight. They were too tight at the top and too tight in one leg.
Yeah.
The other leg was too big, right? You were so bad.
That's funny.
So bad.
Oh, here's the question. What do you think about the whatnot changes to shipping? I assume you've read the updates.
Yeah.
So we've read the updates. I haven't decided yet because I'm not really bothered by it. And at the same time, because I'm doing my shipping correctly. I was doing my shipping correctly always, like make sure it's weighed, make sure it's this. And we don't do a lot of flat rate boxes. You know,
You
so
don't?
No.
No.
I think we've done exactly, because we were talking about it this afternoon, about the flat rate boxes. And I went and checked the stockpile of flat rate boxes. And I think we only have one pack. So I don't have to get rid of a lot of shipped flat rate boxes. And
I have like 200 in my shed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I use those boxes mainly.
We ship.
But I order like 1,000 boxes at a time, so.
Well, and I do the priority boxes. The priority boxes that are not flat rate. We have probably, I can't even describe to you how many we have.
1,000.
And we use those, probably over 1,000 of those. Because one, it takes forever for our post office to deliver them, so you never can be without. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the flat
Mine takes sometimes 2 or 3 weeks.
Me too,
Yeah.
for no good reason. So I'm not sure yet because I haven't seen how it's going to affect, like, if you want to do.
They said priority is going to be a lot more, but I don't know how much more a priority box is going to cost. You know, priority mailing. But I do like the idea that ground's going to be cheaper.
Me too.
So I'm okay with using a brown box, but now I'm looking at I need to source my own usual boxes and then have all my weird sizes too. I guess that's the only thing is, you know, I'm not used to having to buy so many boxes. I do buy boxes, I'll admit that. But sourcing all my usual boxes, that's just not going to be the fun part.
So,
because that's more expense that we're not used to fronting right now.
Yeah. Well, what do you think's going to happen in August? Do you think? I feel like there's a lot of early panic, and we're not really entirely sure how it's going to be, right? In August. How?
I'm not really panicking. It's just more like I want to make sure my business is prepared to ship it correctly. It's not necessarily. I don't think I'm going to offer max shipping initially until I see how it's all going to lay out, you know, and see how the settings are going to do. But I feel like there's still going to be people offering max shipping, but it might be going to like $7.20 and leave it as ground. Or some people might go to, you know, offering $15 shipping and they'll cover it, you know, the rest of the way. So they may not necessarily do a set max. But like a lot of people are going to be affected with it is like clothing sellers or like the sellers that sold candy and stuff that used a lot of flat rate boxes and they've maxed those boxes out and it weighs like 15 pounds in one of those boxes. Now they can't use it. So now they're going to have to pay ground shipping, which is going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think that's exactly.
But as far as us, I don't really feel like it's going to affect much as long as you're not offering max shipping. Yeah. You just have to use a brown box, which we already use a lot of those anyways. Because a lot of my stuff adds up and you have to use a brown.
Yeah.
So
No, that's exactly what I was referring to. Not you specifically, but others, because I can imagine other people use a lot of flat rate boxes. Again, I've only used 2 on this app. And the things I sell, unless I go to really just selling minis all the time, minis and smalls, I'm not really bothered by that because I'm already sourcing for boxes to begin with, right? And I'm always trying to prepare my business anyway. So I'm with you. I totally agree with what you said. Just make sure your business
do
is
you buy
prepared.
any boxes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a box store down the road that actually has pretty good prices. Hey, Amanda, I got a question for you. I've been seeing this on that Facebook whatnot resellers group or whatever that everybody's posting that USPS has ground advantage boxes that people that sell on Poshmark are getting, but we can't get those, right?
The ground advantage through Poshmark?
No, through USPS. I think it's sellers
No,
on
I believe
Poshmark.
Poshmark has exclusive rights to the ground boxes, but I don't think the post office readily offers ground boxes.
Yeah, I've never seen them when I order boxes, but I somebody on the whatnot chat said that, or on the Facebook chat said that the post office cracks down if it's not through Poshmark. They'll actually kick your packages if you're using those boxes.
That was Jim.
Yeah, I've been reading that. I'm not going to ask Poshmark to send me ground boxes because I don't really expect myself to sell over there. But I
Yeah.
also heard that if you order 100, then Poshmark expects you to ship 100 boxes through them.
No.
So you can't necessarily rely on that as access for free boxes if you're not going to be using them as a platform. Which I don't blame them. Why are they fronting the money if you ain't going to use their platform?
True.
That makes sense.
So that's why I've been looking into different boxes from different companies like Amazon, Zoro, Uline, those other places. But I'm still pricing stuff, just for my usual sizes, like 12 by 12 by 12, or if I ship a printer tray, I would like to order some of those in because I have a lot of those,
Yeah. There is a business near us that they sell boxes, but what they get are like overage boxes from different companies. Like what's that called? Stitch Fix.
Stitch Fix they had.
Well, hold on. So like Stitch Fix and a couple other companies, and they get their overage boxes, and then you go and purchase them for like 39 cents, and they're really inexpensive. They're not used. They're all brand new. So that's kind of nice. And I go there for large boxes. Like if I need a TV box, I go there. But I do buy
Yeah.
boxes from Walmart. I have those delivered.
See, all the boxes that we've been getting is either I order them from Walmart or get them in the store, which if you buy them in bulk from Walmart, they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Or Patrick, he works for the city, so they gather all the cardboard around, and so they collect them, and then he pulls them aside and says, "Here you go, here's some boxes," which is
Yeah.
nice. But, you can't always fully rely on that for the right size box for what you need. So
No. And if you're
that's
if
the
you're
only
deciding
hard
you're
part.
going to sell X amount of things, like let's say I decide this week I want to sell 500 items, or I want to do 500 shipments. Well, I can't rely on just some like randomly finding boxes wherever, right? I need to know I have the boxes so I can ship on time. So I have to make sure I have the
Yep.
boxes on site before I have run that show, or at least that's how I do it. I want to make sure all my supplies are there. So like today, for example, if I end the show at 8 o'clock and I want to pack that box overnight and I want to stay up all night, I want to make sure I have all that stuff right there so I can pack it if I choose to stay up all night and make sure my stuff is out by tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
I panicked last week.
Did you?
I panicked last week because I went and helped somebody try to sell some stuff out of her store. I didn't know what I was walking into of stuff that I needed to sell. I sold some big stuff, but thankfully not a lot sold. But I had to go scrounge around in boxes and make boxes in order to ship the things to people because I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like the most stressful experience when you have to get it shipped out within 2 days and then you don't have a box. You're just like, oh crap. And I'm 30 minutes away from the nearest store with a box.
Oh yeah. No, that's legitimate. Like okay, so let's say you sell on Thursday or Friday, you don't have to ship that till Tuesday, right? But So you have a couple of days, like, but if I'm doing a show Sunday, I have to make sure I have everything ready. I have to make sure it's right there, ready. And you
Yeah.
should tape. And we had an issue where the Walmart near us was having supply issues with boxes. You couldn't get a box, a piece of paper, tape. You couldn't get anything. Luckily,
My
I had
ears
a
are ringing. What you talking
stockpile.
about me?
Otherwise,
A little.
you'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to ship on time, and then it's late, right? And that affects me. I mean, I want my customers to get their things on time. I can't control the post office. I can't control what I do right here in my business, in my realm. I can't control what the post office
Yeah.
does, but this I can control, and I need to make sure I have it like real tight in
You can
my zone.
control being prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
Being prepared to ship, have back stock of boxes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you should. I mean, that's part of doing business properly. I think.
Yeah.
Have all your things.
Yeah. It's part of our job description. Make sure you
Yep.
can ship whatever you sell. Yes.
Boxes are about to become a hot ticket item. I'm gonna have to start charging you for my labor, ma'am.
Why?
$0.25 a box.
A quarter.
Well, that's cheaper than some of these places I'm ordering from. So
And
I'm
I
not
can
gonna
get you
complain.
all different sizes.
Well, you couldn't give me a size the other day.
You gave me like 24 hours notice.
I needed it within 30 minutes, sir. Yeah, I called him. I'm like, I need help. I need to find a box. I need something roughly about 24 inches by 12 inches by about 4 inches.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I went.
girl, it's been raining. No, we don't have that.
I went through the emergency stock because the guys in the morning they'll go around and pick up all the cardboard. So I kind of tell them like, hey, I'm looking for this size box or this size box, and they'll kind of take them and throw them to the side. So I went down there with the tape measure and start going through a pile of boxes. I was like, sorry, can't help you. Go find your own box.
Yeah. So I like panicked, made my own box. Yeah.
Which takes forever. I make boxes when I have to, but it takes forever.
It don't take that long to make boxes.
Yes, it does. I hate it. I hate it
I
so
found
much.
I'm
I
a
can
pro.
order boxes for that.
Oh, can you? How much?
I think they're $1. No, they're like $3.97 a box.
Ain't
They're
bad.
already made.
They're already made.
Yeah. We'll just have to make them a little thinner. But yeah, I found them for the printer tray size, and I was like,
Nice.
Well, there's.
and it comes in a 15 pack. And I'm like, well, I think we have about 15 of those left, and then I can use it for art.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, we've been making these boxes this whole time. How
Hey,
rough is that?
How many did I knock out that one night though?
A lot, but we haven't been able to find more boxes.
Because I
Making
haven't-
printer tray boxes is hard.
I haven't been telling them to keep boxes either.
Oh. See, that's why I haven't had a printer tray show, because we don't have boxes to pack it in. So, yeah.
Hey, I had
It's
to
just,
seriously
that's the
consider-
hard part is art
Yep.
and printer trays, like the
Art.
ones that are just awkwardly long and skinny, you know, to make your own boxes. It's harder.
That's why I told you before about it's breaking my heart not sourcing art. And you know, I love to source the art, but getting a box is either expensive or impossible, or I have to build it, and it takes forever to build it. I hate building boxes, but I do it. So then what do? Do you not source the art? And I love art.
Yeah.
I go find a big box and I sit down on the living room floor and I'll measure it out and I'll cut it and I'll build a box in 10 minutes.
Look at these frames. I mean,
Oh,
they're
they're
huge.
So
They're huge. I'm not shipping these, but look at the frames.
that is gorgeous.
I'm taking the art out.
That's
I'm taking
gorgeous.
the art out because it has the old nails. Huh? Yeah. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah,
I got
that's
2 of those.
beautiful.
I don't know what I do with the art, but I don't know. I have art paintings to put in there. I just haven't done it yet. But they keep staying with me. I don't want to pack those
I don't blame
because
you.
those are huge. They're
I
like
do not
18 by
blame you.
24. Go to bed. Sorry, y'all. Patrick's distracting me.
Now I'm just gonna sit here and awkwardly stare at you the whole time. Okay?
This is why I can't do shows when you're around. So, thanks, babe.
I make it entertaining for you.
Okay.
He's the color man.
Okay. Any other questions, y'all? Anybody have questions?
Yeah,
I
does
don't know what
anybody
else
have
to
a
ask you.
question?
Everyone's being quiet and just listening, which I think is cute and sweet. But if y'all have questions, you have 2 people to ask questions to. Fox
can
and
tell
Pig
how to-
Foundry, welcome in.
Oh yeah, Fox
Do what?
and Pig. I said I can tell you how to calm your mind and not worry about the shows. As a new seller, don't be stressed, don't be worried. Just go do your thing. Be confident. And sometimes you have a day like today, but you move forward, right?
Yeah. I think summertime is harder right now with sales. I remember last year in the summertime, it was literally like pulling teeth to get sales. It was so slow, which I think this summer is a lot better. But there is still some shows where it's like, okay, I must massively suck or everybody's broke as shit right now.
Work not
And
home.
it gets to
No.
you mentally when nothing's selling, you know, because that's how it was last year. But I feel like this year it's not as horrible. It's still doing okay, but there is still slow days.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, look, my regularly scheduled day is Sunday. You know, so usually that's the best day for me, or else I would not have chosen it. And sometimes it's just not vibing, you know, like the vibe just isn't there, and you can feel it. And I think that when that happens, you just have to, and I don't mean quit like you should just quit. I just mean like you have to read the room and know that you could be on for 12 hours and nothing's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
just call it and it's okay because you have 6 other days and 1,000 other hours you can go and do what you need to do. And it's okay because the summertime is weird. It's weird. I have things that sell
Yeah.
really well, and then I have things like today, the morning was weird, yesterday was weird. And that's why I say you don't let yourself just ruminate and percolate on it. You have to just go do something else. Go organize your stuff. Get ready for August. Get ready for the fall. Make a plan. Make yourself ready for when it does get really busy, because you really won't have time to hardly even get the laundry done because you still have real life things to do. You still have, you know, actual projects around the house or whatever. So take the time to, don't sit idly and go, what did I do wrong or what did I do? Just go do something else.
Yeah.
Just go do something else.
Maybe just try a different time of the day. You show up at 9 a.m. in the morning and it's not a good show. Maybe you need to show up at 2. See if your people come in. And if it doesn't show up at 2, maybe you're a night owl person.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own people that resonate with them. I feel like I have more people in the evening that like me because I've always been on in the evening.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of people remember me. So like when I pop in the morning, they're like, who the heck are you? You're never on this early. You know, I mean, I really feel like people think that. So I just keep going. I like to mix it up. So, you know, people can find me in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. So different people can come hang out with me. Kind of like there's some sellers of mine that I know that they only show up in the morning. And if I want to watch them, I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. And I'm just like, that's really early. I'm not a morning person. So I think it's good to mix it up sometimes.
But why? I mean,
hi,
why not?
Burlap Barn. Welcome in.
Hey, Burlap Barn. Yeah, but why not mix it up?
Which I know you change up your time.
Sure.
You change up your times, which I think is good because that also gets you different audiences of who, you know, you have your morning crowd, people that are getting up early in the morning. So if you show up at 7 a.m., they're getting up in the morning, getting ready to work, and then they're heading to work. So they come and shop with you in the morning and then they leave. And then there's a whole other crowd like moms staying at home and, or people on vacation shopping, and then evening is more like the working crowd are home and relaxing and they just want to watch a show and shop. It's just different
I did a
people.
pop-up show and it was in the morning. I called it like 1 hour power hour, and it was a pop-up. And I thought I'm gonna pop on. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I had somewhere to be after. I just went on. It was fantastic. Nobody knew who I was. They're like, how do I not know about you? It was a fantastic show. I did 1 hour and it was all sudden death. I sold, I think it was 150 or 160 items. I went really fast. It was like an hour and 10 minutes, right? Fantastic show. Some people saw me who never probably have seen me before. I got some new followers, and they have been back to my show since.
See?
And it was great. And it was 1 hour. It's not like I dedicated 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to this. It was 1 hour and maybe 10 extra minutes. And I called it that on the thumbnail. I said 1 hour power hour. And whatever I did in 1 hour was what I was going to do. So whether it was one thing or 150 things, it was 1 hour. Whatever I could accomplish in that 1 hour. And it was great. And everybody was like, this is great. I'm off to work. I got to catch you for a quick hour
Yeah.
while I got dressed. It worked out really well. And that's normally not when I
I
go
think
on.
people like shorter shows.
Do you?
I think people like shorter shows. Like, I've done polls where I ask people, do you rather watch a 30-minute show, 45-minute, an hour, or 4 hours or whatever? And they will probably tell you shorter because they want to be able to buy whatever they want in a short amount of time and then leave because they have other things that they want to do. But they still want to be there and support you, take advantage of the shipping. So I really think that is a good idea. Run as fast as you can in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And then show up again a little bit later. They used to do raid trains. It was hosted by repurposed by Becky and Sarah's Vintage Vault. I don't know if you know either one of them, but they used to do power hours, and they would start like at 11 a.m. and they would go until like 4 or 5 p.m. And everybody that joined that short little raid train, they had an hour to sell as much as they could, and they called it a power hour. And I loved that. It was fun. You got to see a little bit of everything, but they could sell whatever they wanted to, but it was just power hour.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I think you should mix it up. In my opinion, I really think
Yeah.
you should do everything. You should do sometimes. Hey, I had the best time tonight when I did this quick, I'll call it a short show, because I've been known to do 9 hours, right? I've been doing 5 hours. I had such a good time. Why not change it up? Why not change up your time? Why not change up the amount of time you're actually on? Why not?
Yeah.
I say go for it. Just go for it. There's nothing, I don't think there's any rule or anything that holds you back from how do I say it? Not like changing your business, but ramping up your business in different ways. Try everything. Don't limit yourself to one thing. If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're on the Pacific time, guess what? People are starting to wake up and do things on the East Coast. So get on and do a show. Why not?
Oh, some people go into work really, really early and they're up at 3 a.m. getting ready to go to work and be there by 6. So, yeah, there's an audience there. Shoot, I used to have really bad migraine nights, and I would get up in the morning and just watch Whatnot because I wasn't feeling good, and I met new sellers that way.
Yeah. Hey, I have a buyer that is, when I do the late shows, when I start in the evening and I go really late, she comes in because she works kind of like a graveyard shift situation. So she's coming off work sort of towards the end of my show. Like if I'm on till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, she's coming into my show and she's like, hey, what do you got? What's new? Let me see. And she's in there because she's on like a graveyard shift on the East Coast. So she's coming into my show all fresh and ready to buy. So it's like a whole new group of people come in around 12, 1 o'clock because I'm in Arizona and I'm on Pacific time right now. Normally I'm Mountain Standard Time. But I get this whole new group of people around 11, 12 o'clock into 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I could be on, I get one group, and then it kind of quiets off a little bit, and then I get this whole new group of people around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's interesting. where I could go and start a show at 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, and I would get all those East Coast people who are getting ready for work or coming off of a night shift. So it's something to
That's
think
a
about, something to
that's a
consider.
good point with the different time zones for sure. Go on
Yeah,
later, you can meet, hang out with certain crowds just because of the time zone difference. Yep,
yeah.
for sure.
So that's why I say don't limit yourself. If you get up and you are awake, go do a show. Like the other morning, I have to say this, I did a morning show on Sunday. I've never done a morning show on Sunday. I woke up early, really early, and I just couldn't sleep. And I had on sweatpants and I did a mini show. I just jumped on, I did a mini show. It was super great. I just sat there. It was really quiet. It was like that quiet Sunday morning kind of vibe. And I ran through, I think I did, what did I end up doing? 140 minis, something like that, in the morning.
You did a lot.
A lot. I can't remember, but it was a lot. But it was quiet. It was calm. And I had on sweatpants
Yeah.
and nobody saw me. Like, whatever.
Yeah, no one could see you, so there was no judgment. Yeah, you can just be comfortable. That's the best thing about being a hands-on seller. That's all they see is your hands. You could look like trailer trash and crazy hair and,
Crazy
wearing
hair.
a moo and whatever you want. Nobody will ever know unless you flip the camera
Nope.
around. That's what I
I
think
made
is
a nice,
hilarious.
I made a nice espresso, like a coffee, and I sat there and I thought, why not do this? I got rated by a really fun seller that I saw in another room, and they came in and rated me. It was just a fun morning, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. The vibe was different.
Yeah.
It felt quiet and calm. I had only like 2 lamps on. It wasn't all hot and
You make
sweaty,
sure I was wearing.
but it was good. So why not do that, right? I say go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. There's nothing to say you can't.
Oh,
He's going to bed. Night. Yeah, she got quiet because she heard you kiss me. There you go. Good night.
Yeah.
He goes to
Smooching,
bed early because he gets up early.
smooching off
And
camera.
isn't it 7 o'clock there, your time? You're like, wow, that's early.
Oh, I have to tell you, this is the first I've really stayed up late. Like since I've been on Whatnot, I've become some kind of night stalker because normally I'm an early person. I go to bed around 6 o'clock. Whatnot has turned me into some kind of vampire. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing
I
it.
used to stay up whenever I was still working full time and still doing Whatnot. I would stay up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning packing boxes, watching Whatnot shows, go to bed for a few hours, get up, work my full day, and then do Whatnot again. And that got so exhausting. I do not do that now. I'm like,
It's exhausting.
it's like midnight. I'm like, okay, I'm calling it. I'll work on it the next day because I gotta have some sleep. You have to allow yourself to rest because otherwise you're gonna burn out.
Well, I agree. There are times where I do want to get it done. Like, you know how you get that feeling, you're like, I got to get this done. But usually I go to bed and then I'd rather wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock and then do it at that time in the quiet and get it done because I can start dropping stuff off at the post office in the back at 7. So I'd rather get up early and get it done and drop it at 7 than stay up all night. I'm just not a night owl. I'm not.
Oh.
But
My
I will do
post
it.
office doesn't even want me to bring it until after 10.
No
So
kidding.
you're lucky.
I know. I
Yeah.
feel pretty good about that. I can beat all the traffic. And it's like the postal carriers are loading their trucks at that point, and I kind of just back in and I unload while they're loading. So it's perfect. But I can go around the back to the loading dock too.
Yeah, I go around the back for mine too, but they don't want me to bring it in the morning because they're processing mail.
Oh.
And there's only 1 or 2 of them depending. So they're like, please wait until after 10. So I'm like, okay, I'll bring it at 2:30.
Right. 10:01.
So then they have to panic scan it in before it has to leave at like 3:30. So yeah, that's what I do to them.
That is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to find a
Yeah.
balance, right? Don't you feel like you have to find that balance that works for you? but you can't go
Yeah.
constantly on. It's okay once in a while to go without sleep and get that shipment done, but to go constantly without sleep is not good. It's not good for you. So you have to find
No.
that balance.
Yeah. So if you're constantly going without sleep because you're trying to make all the whatnot stuff work while you're trying to do this full time job, and you got to find
Yeah.
the balance. You need to set your shows at, days that you can allot time to pack it. Or, hey, have a show on Thursday. So then you have the weekend to pack. And so that kind of gives you a little bit more rest. See what you can get out, by Friday morning, and then do the rest over the weekend. Win win. That's why
You
a
have
lot of
to be
people do
realistic.
Thursday and Friday shows.
Yeah, you have to be realistic. Be real. If look, you want to do all the things, right? But you also need to
Yeah.
sleep and you have to get the laundry done too. So just be realistic with what, because
Yeah.
sometimes if you don't do all the things, it kind of affects you and you feel like you're defeated because, "Oh, I didn't get this done, I didn't get this done. Oh, I'm a failure or I didn't do it well." Nope, don't do that. Just be realistic, set the proper goal with the proper expectation for yourself. You're not setting a goal for somebody else to judge you. Just make sure you're setting the realistic goal for yourself because you don't want to defeat yourself either. You're not here to, you know, to answer to someone else. But sometimes you can, if you're type A or if you're just a person who's very responsible, sometimes you can beat yourself up pretty good. If you're a very responsible person, you feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't get this done. What have I done? No, it's okay.
I
It's okay.
overcommit and I underdeliver a lot.
It happens. It
I mean,
happens.
it's true. It's so hard because you want to do
Yeah.
all the things that in your mind I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that in a day. And reality is, no, you can't pack all those boxes and do this and that and this and that all in one day unless you have 20 heads and a lot of hands.
Yeah. And that's the truth.
You can't do
That's
all
the
those
truth.
things. You have to
Well,
really allot yourself.
on like Monday, Tuesday, when you're not tired and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and this and this. And then by Thursday, you're like, oh, I'm so hot. I'm so
Yeah.
tired. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real
Today
thing.
after my community raid show, my she shed was so hot. I was gonna be out there and working on stuff and have our solar sport out there. I was like, no, I'm melting. I was literally sweating during my live. It was dripping off my face. I was like, yeah, we're not sitting out here. It's hot.
No, it's too
My
hot.
AC was not keeping up in the triple digits out there.
Yeah. These are real things. The heat is a real thing and it actually wears you down. On Thursday when I go sourcing, it's estate sale and you're bouncing from place to place to place. Well, some estate sale companies don't turn the heat or the air on, right? And you're hot. And then you get
Yeah,
hotter
they
and more
don't.
tired and more tired. And that by the evening, I'm wiped out. I am wiped out by Thursday evening. I really am. So I try, this is why I personally try to make sure I have everything out of the door. If I do a show like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I try to have it gone before Thursday when I know I'm going sourcing because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just get it done when I go home. No, no, no. I know by the end of the day, I'm tired. I've talked to 1,000 people. That's exhausting. Talking to people is exhausting sometimes. At the estate sale and you've stood in
Being in the
line.
heat is exhausting. Yeah.
It's exhausting. You're hot and you're all sweaty. Yeah. So just be
Yeah, and
realistic.
you have to remember that, the houses with no air, it's even hotter inside than it is
Inside.
outside, and you're literally baking.
Yep. It's a thing. And then I have to say, and I don't know how you feel about this, but there's like, I don't know, there's energy in an estate sale where there's people bouncing into you and you're hyper focused on the things you're looking for. And it's mentally exhausting. I think sometimes it's mentally exhausting, especially if you go like I do. And I showed you that list the other day, how there were that many in one day. And if you go to all of them, it's exhausting. It really is. So you have to do all the things, right? Because it's your business. If you're one person, generally, you don't always have a staff of people. So you just have to make sure you're able to do it realistically.
Write a to-do list and do what urgently has to be done first.
Yeah.
And then if you can't get it all done, it has to go the next day and it has to be at the top of the list to get it done.
Yep.
That's really what you have to do.
Yep. I agree with that. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Oh man. Did you enjoy this? Your first co-host.
I know, it's fun. We should do it.
It is.
We should do it every so often, right?
Yeah, maybe have like theme chats about what we're going to talk about.
Yep.
Plan it out a little bit better and do like a theme chat about a specific topic, maybe, and we can talk about it. Maybe like shipping and sourcing, like our own personal tricks of the trade of things that we have learned to bring our success. Maybe that would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Our favorite milkshakes, where I like to stop for a milkshake after a day of sourcing. I like that one.
Oh yeah, I want to tell you, you don't know how to make a milkshake. You told me that the other day. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
Milkshakes are so easy to make.
No, I know how to make a milkshake. What was I trying to make? Something else. I didn't have any ice cream. I didn't have the parts to make the milkshake. I didn't have milkshake parts.
Oh, okay.
I ended up with
I swear you told me you didn't know how to make one. I was like, wait, what?
Oh. No. Oh my gosh, no. I live on milkshakes. No, it was I don't think it had any of
I'd rather just go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite milkshake place to get is In-N-Out Burger. I don't have one near me. You have to go to Dallas for it. But their milkshake, chocolate shake, tastes just like my mom's that I grew up with her making at home. And so it's like nostalgic to me. It's like the best. Have you ever had theirs?
Yeah. They just put in a new, we have two actually down the street. Too many. Within a couple of miles. It's not even that far. Almost too close for two restaurants to be that close together. But yes, I like Braun's. I like Braun's milkshakes. Whenever I travel, I try to get all the milkshakes at all the places where I go to travel.
Hi, come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. She lays down. Come here.
Roxy,
She's like,
girl.
from my belly, Mom.
Yep. Hit my belly.
I was just trying to get you on camera and you're just wanting to show your lady bits to everybody.
Roxy.
I see you.
Are you going to do your Christmas, you know how last year you did your Christmas home tour kind of raid train? Are you doing that again this year?
I would like to do it again. I want to do that again. For sure. I just haven't planned it. I enjoyed seeing everyone's collections and like what, you know, just how they put it together. It was just so inspirational and just being able to share like what I like. But, you know, everybody has their own vibe and that was really, really fun.
Yeah.
I want to do that again. I definitely need to put that in the books. And like all you have to do is decorate your house. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So
even if it's one corner and you pretend like the whole house and it's just the corner, just get your tree up and get that decorated in your vibe. I liked watching it. Everybody did have their own very, very specific vintage vibe. It was pretty cool. That was a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, you could decorate your tree. You could just decorate a table with some of your favorite decor. Like I really didn't care what they showed. Just show us what you like for the holidays. That was so much fun. I think that would be also really fun, like once a quarter, like what's your favorite thing in your house that you have decorated and share people, because you get inspired of how to decorate your own house with what stuff that we're selling on here. Yeah. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Sometimes I'll talk about my dog art because I collect dog art and I have some really cool pieces, and my guests in my room are always like, well, walk over there and show us the dog art. They want to see it. So I think that would be a really fun idea. I think people would like to see that actually. A lot more than you think.
People are nosy naturally, and then they're also intrigued, to see how people decorate, what they collect. That's what I really like about estate sales, because you don't know what people collect and all of that, and you get to go in their house and just explore, and hey, you get to buy it too, but it's just a fun aspect about it.
Yeah, I love that. Not that I'm nosy and I need to know what you're doing, but I like to go into the houses. I like to see. I also like to be first for that reason because I like to see the collections that people have collected over their lifetime, right? And older generations have collected so many interesting things. They've been places, they've done things, and they have often very eclectic mixes of interesting things. I like that. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite things about estate sale shopping is because I go in and I see all that eclectic mix of goodness. You could have some Asian things, because they've traveled there for work maybe, and then they'll have like
Yeah.
dog art, or they'll have something Southwestern, but it all goes together. It all goes together. It's pretty cool. I love that. I think
That's
other
true.
people enjoy it too. I think that's why. Well, remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Leach and all these different like that crib show on MTV's? But I think that's why everybody liked those shows so much. You went into somebody's house, you're like, ooh, what do you have in your house? I think it's interesting.
Yeah, like, did you see the refrigerator, or did you see their big wall full of all these albums or pieces of art? And you're just like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what makes people really excited. Yeah. Or they had a big old swimming pool, below their living room, and you could see it through the glass.
Yep.
Whatever.
There was one just recently, I forget what even program it was. And it's, I guess, some new fad, which I had no idea about. So you have your refrigerator, like I'm a normal person with just a regular refrigerator. People are building in house refrigerator rooms, and it's like a door into a magic Narnia kind of place, but it's your refrigerator and it's chock full. It's huge. It's like going to Costco to their refrigerator section. So they often have a freezer inside the refrigerator room. It's a whole thing, it's a whole room.
What?
Well, that's fascinating and a little bit over the top, but pretty cool at the same time.
That's interesting. I've never seen that. Now I'm gonna have to go Googling.
Go Google it. You have to look. You have to
Refrigerator
Google it.
rooms.
It's a refrigerated room, and you go through, and it's all refrigerated. But then they'll have the freezer inside the refrigerator room, and they'll have like all the meats and stuff just in there. It's a little over the top.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool.
That's interesting for sure. Okay.
Did you ask me all the questions on the list? Did we complete the list?
Not all of them, but I think we kind of touched on a lot of them, so I skipped around. Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
You can
Oh,
put
there's
a lot
Carrie.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Billie Jean would be putting in there. All the linens for a week.
It would be linens and prosciutto. It would be.
You wouldn't have to worry about any of her freezer stuff because she'll have plenty of space.
That's right. That's right.
That's funny.
That would be a good use of that room. That's a very good point.
I have a big freezer, and then Patrick has a bait freezer, and then we have our freezer in our house. So we got plenty of freezer and fridge space. It's crazy. But I couldn't imagine a room.
You Google it.
That's a lot of food that it could hold.
Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was something. It was.
You would have like one shelf for one item. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was a whole climate controlled Costco situation. It was something. I was even surprised. I'm not saying I disliked it. I thought, well, that's kind of a cool concept actually, but it was a little bit a step above. I think I saw it for the first time on Instagram, and then I had to Google it. But yeah, they're building these into the house.
Becky! P&W Becky joined.
Becky, hey Becky.
I was
P-
texting her from that estate sale that I was texting you from, and I was like, hey, is this a good piece of glass? Is this a good piece of glass? Because she knows her glass pieces, and like I know nothing. It takes me way too long to research all those things, and she like tells me, oh yeah, you can make money on that. No, don't grab that one, Amanda. That one's too high. Oh, and Becky, I tried to get Moon and Stars in green at this estate sale, and I went like 30 minutes after they opened, and some glass person swiped the entire table. I was like, so I didn't get any of it. I was so bummed. But it was green, and they had all the dishes, all the cups, and the candy bowls, and all the things, and I missed it. That was another one this past weekend. I told them, I was like, damn, what were your prices? They must have been good if they bought all of it.
What did he say?
They were actually really cheap estate sale.
Um,
So I imagine it was probably cheap because I got some glass there for $4.
ooh, that's a good number. I like that number.
So I'm like bummed. I wish I would have got it because I know everybody likes that. Moon and Stars. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Especially green.
Oh yeah, super pretty. I would even pick that up. I will buy it if it's the right price, but I'm not going to go like at 3 o'clock in the morning to go grab it. Usually they have it priced up pretty high here. When I'm back east, it's a lot better. Like the sourcing is reasonable because there's so much more. Like when you go to an estate sale, there's so much more. By the time people moved here, they have pretty much sold their collections off in order to move here because this is kind of like their second landing spot in life. So it's a little more, I don't want to say cutthroat, but it's a little more competitive when you go to the estate sales here because most people have already moved from someplace else and they have sold off their collections and everything they own and then bought this house as their like second portion of life. But when I'm back east, I mean, that's like, oh yeah, my
You still find good stuff though.
Oh yeah. No, I do. I find a lot of good stuff. But you have to sometimes be creative too. More creative than when I'm east of the Mississippi. For sure.
Oh yeah. The rooster. Yeah, Marcy baby. Look at that rooster behind her. I'm surprised. I don't know if anybody asked about it in your show, did they?
What? Everybody was like, run that rooster for $3.
Oh, for $3?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the fairy lamp?
Yep.
Or do you have another one?
Nope. I'll tell you about it later. This is my rooster. We have to kind of find
I canceled my fairy lamp.
I know.
Is it real? No, they stuffed it in its butt.
It's a taxidermy. There's his chicken butt.
Yeah, where's the chicken butt?
Right there. There it is.
Is there an egg in there?
No, it's a boy. It's a boy rooster. No, so this rooster had a friend. This rooster came with a hen.
Funny.
A hen on a nest. It was an actual hen, taxidermied, sitting on a giant nest with actual eggs. So we were about 2 seconds late to grab it. The stupid Amazon delivery man who got there 2 minutes earlier bought it. Just for fun. Dang. He thought it was funny. I said, this is my job, that hen on a nest. I needed that sucker. So I got this guy instead. Isn't he great? He's so soft.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's a good
taxidermy dude could have had a little bit more entertainment and put an egg up its butt.
I should. I can get one. I'm sure I have one.
You should put him in a basket and say, "Hey, look, I got a hen in a basket."
Hen in a basket.
Rooster in a basket.
That's why I wanted the other
Yeah.
one, because it was an actual hen on a actual
In a
nest.
basket.
Nest. It was just no, it was a
I have
nest.
live
Built,
chickens.
they give me eggs.
Well, this
They
one
give,
could have if it, in its former life, Becky.
could have.
Once
Once
it did.
it did.
Mhm. It's a boy, so he fertilized said eggs.
You know, that's not an egg I would ever eat. Yuck.
Yeah, during your show, you should keep the rooster and be like, "What's up?" and then grab it and say, "Chicken butt."
Right? That's my thing. It's my
That would have so many people giggling and laughing.
Hey,
I
can I
dare
show you
you.
my cloche? Do you want to see my cloche? Hold on. Let me show you this one. This is pretty cool.
Cloche?
It's more of a apothecary jar. We'll just say apothecary jar. Hang on. Let me reach it.
One of my chickens laid an egg bigger than a goose egg. Oh my gosh. I bet that thing hurt. Look at all the tomatoes.
Behold, they're all the vintage tomatoes. Aren't those good?
Hold on. Let me see if Bree will come in here. Bree
It's
needs
so
to see
good.
this.
Look how old some of these are. It's so good. I'll zoom in.
People were salivating over that this weekend. Are you selling it or keeping it?
Keeping it. It's mine. I
That's
actually
so
need a
cool.
bigger jar. Look at this one. All the colored pins in there. And then this
Yeah.
one. Check this one out. This is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Look,
I
right?
saw that one. That was where my eye first went. I looked at that one.
I love that one. Even this little one right here.
That's
are all
cool.
I know, it's so good. Shh.
You need to have that in your background to tease people.
That's
Just
my
like
dog.
everything else that you have. You're like, oh, I'm not selling it. I'm just teasing y'all with it. Like the mushrooms. What's the little
know.
barks? Her doggy that's always getting in
That's
trouble.
That's my puppy Basil. So he likes to go play in the hose at this time. So it's 7 because he can apparently tell time. He likes to play in the hose. And then when you come inside, you have to cuddle him up in a towel. But he likes when I do it and not Jim. So when Jim does it, that's the sound he makes.
Oh.
And when I do it, he's all like a cuddle bug. So yeah,
Roxy's just laying back here ignoring him.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
I'm glad she doesn't bark back because she could. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you don't bark back, do you? You just heard him. You just heard him. Hi. Hi, Roxy. Hi. Oh, you need booty scratches? There you
Heck
go.
yeah. Booty scratches. How
Yeah,
old is
she
Roxy?
likes her butt scratched. How old is she?
Yeah.
I think 5 or 6. I can't remember. A long time.
Long time. Basil is 4.
I think she's 6. Yeah.
Yeah, Basil's
She's a good
4.
girl.
He'll be 5 in November. And Jim. And yes, I do have a dog birthday party for him. Don't judge me. Don't
We got
judge-
her to help make my other dog happy, but he ended up passing away. So now she's the only one. And if we lose her, I'm gonna be sad, but I can't do any more loss anymore.
No. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, losing your dog.
I lost he was an albino German Shepherd, so he was all white. And he was 9 when he passed, and then I got him a girlfriend because I wanted him to have a partner in crime. And they were literally like bunny. But all of a sudden, one 4th of July, it's kind of why I don't like 4th of July. she all of a sudden just got sick and she wasn't herself. Like, you just immediately knew something was wrong. We took her into the bed after the 4th of July. I was having to like give her water and food. And they thought she had a blockage. And I was like, well, I don't care what it costs. Get it out. I don't know what the heck she got into. Well, they cut her open and they were like, it's not a blockage, honey. It was cancer spreading and it spread really far. So we had to put her down because her quality of life at that point, she was only eating and drinking for me. So that was sad. She was only 4. She was only 4.
That's too young. Way too young. That's sad.
Yeah. So after we lost her, we got Roxy to help my boy kind of come back from depression because he was missing her. And yeah, that was so sad.
That is sad.
It was more like a grandpa and a granddaughter kind of situation instead of the girlfriend. So it was just, and then he just passed away. I think he had a stroke or something. I lost 3 of my furries in the last 2 years. Now Zeus is downhill. Oh no, Becky. Yeah, if something happens to Roxy, I'm going to lose my mind. Because she's extra spoiled rotten. Because she's my only baby now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about Basil. I'm like, well, he's going to live forever, right? So I'm over there. I cook him fresh food because I've decided I'm going to make him live forever.
Yeah.
I wish,
she
right?
eats better than me. She eats lamb every day. Lamb, nice. And then wet food and all the treats and all the vitamins to keep her healthy. And she's not cheap.
No.
Basil's the cutest name. Yep.
Not even mine. He's not. He's spoiled. Oh my God. He's so spoiled. That's okay. That's okay. That is okay.
Their family.
Yeah.
Family deserves to be spoiled.
From the second I got him, I just trained him, and he was, he has proper manners, but he's spoiled at the same time. And that's okay. He only gets to live so long, and he's going to have the best life for that length of time. Period.
Oh, that's a good long life, Becky. That is 13. A long life. 13.
That's good.
Just start telling yourself that you've lived a long, good life. And let's just hope it's a peaceful passing whenever that time happens.
Yeah. Because
the way my boy passed, that was so traumatic. I'd rather it be in their sleep. But he didn't pass that way. He's her 3rd rot and that old. Oh yeah, that is old. Super old.
My uncle had a German Shepherd, and he was 20, which is unbelievably long. And I don't know, he was feeding him well and treating him well, and then all of a sudden he got cancer, but he was quite old. But still, it was devastating. It was devastating. And when the dog passed away, he hosted a funeral for the dog, a actual, with the procession and the whole thing. It was unbelievable for the dog, and he had a wake and everything.
Oh wow!
It was something. But that was his buddy, that was his best buddy.
Oh man!
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sorry, Kathleen. That's hard.
I'm sorry.
Our fur babies are just so special to us.
Renal failure. Oh, did you have to give them IVs for the renal failure? Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, we love our fur babies.
No, it's too late. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. I don't even
It seems like all of a sudden they start showing signs and you just know something's wrong just because you know how they are. They can't talk to you, but you can just tell there's something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sucks to know that it's too late by then.
Yeah. I tell Jim this probably every day a little bit. I say, I wish Basil could just talk a little bit. Just talk a little bit to tell me like, Mom, something hurts, or Mom, I'm hungry, just a little bit. Like those monkeys from Planet of the Apes, how they could talk just a little bit. I wish Basil could talk just a little bit, just to let me know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Something,
It would
Becky.
be nice if they could just whisper in our ears so we know, but
Exactly.
it doesn't work that way.
No, I wish it did. Just some kind of telepathy or anything at all. Anything at all. Sometimes they
I know
can't. Oh,
they can, so listen. Well, Roxy, you can understand me. Why can't you speak back to me, ma'am? You're so
exactly.
smart.
I said, if he knows it's
I
7 o'clock, then I think that he should be able to speak back. If you know what the time it is, you know how they know what time it is for different things, different activities. If they know that, then they should be able to talk a little bit, just a
I
little
can
bit.
spell the word to go do her favorite activity. I can spell it, and she will know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Roxy, want to go OU? And she's like, oh.
Oh,
You want to
here
go
we go.
OUT? You will go outside? She's running
Right.
to the door.
They're so smart.
She's like, I was kidding. I can't go over there yet. Don't
Go
hate
yet.
me. I see you pouting.
They can't let her out.
I'm talking here, Becky. Oh, Billie Jean, don't be offended. That's her favorite red chat word.
That's
Okay.
okay. I'm not offended.
So if you're ever in my room and she says that to me, that's her favorite red chat word. So if you ever go into one of her shows, literally red chat her that. She loves it.
I think I've seen it before. That when I'm modding for you, I think I've seen it before. I'm not offended.
Yes. Or if I say it to you, Billie Jean, yeah, don't take offense to it. That's her favorite red chat word. Kind of like mine is BBC and boobs. Hers is dickhead.
You know what? I didn't even know what BBC meant. I did not know. I thought it was like the broadcasting channel. And Jim was like, you know what that means? I'm like, yeah, British broadcasting. He's like, no. No, Billy, no.
I'm glad he taught you because please don't Google it.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm like, how am I this old?
Don't
And didn't
Google
know
it.
that?
But it's not the British Broadcasting Channel.
No.
That's not why Whatnot has it muted.
And I said, how come? I go, if British broadcasting is like red chatted, how come like CNN and Fox and all those are not red chatted either? He's like this, Billy.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
And he said, after
Now
that,
I
there was
gotta type this
Billy.
in now.
I know. Billy. Then he's like, why don't you go Google that? See, there you go. Billy.
I'm literally crying right now. That's so funny.
I know. Then I was like, Amanda.
It's just easy to type, so.
It's so funny. Now that I know, it's hysterical. I was like, Amanda. It was so.
I just wanted to red chat.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And there's other red chat words that people like. Coochie cat. Have you had that one happen yet?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I just use boobs. I'm just pretty basic. I need to come up with some better ones, probably. So you can recognize me in the chat when I come in all red chat. I'm like, I could type a bunch of stuff and be like, oh my god, it's shooting from the hip. It's Billie Jean. Oh my god.
Just don't type boobs and an emoji right after it.
It doesn't red chat that.
Usually it doesn't. Oh, it worked that time. What the heck?
Squirt.
What the heck?
Now
usually that doesn't work. What did I used to type in Becky's room that didn't red chat and I got all embarrassed? I typed something with an emoji immediately after,
Yeah,
or
that's
the S. Yeah, it doesn't red chat when you put the S at the end.
plural.
Who's gonna show
I'm always nervous. Like when I go to Red Chat, anybody, I'm always nervous. Like, is this going to fail? What happens if it fails? And I just said the thing I said on Red Chat. I'm like, ooh, what happens if it fails? That's always like it's almost like a fun little game. What happens if it fails?
Yeah, and it's usually when it fails for me, there's 100 people in the room, and you're just like,
Yep.
oh crap, they just saw what I just said.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about that. Maybe that's why I don't say too much Red Chat because I'm like, well, if I do say
Earlier, I
it
bought a woman with a bust, which looked like Madonna's tatas, you know, the pointy ones. And I said, she's gonna poke someone's eye out with those things. And people started laughing because I forgot to red chat it.
nice.
And it was funny because Kobe was holding it up like next to her face, and it literally looked like I was about to poke her in the eye. So it's even more funny. Oh, but that was earlier tonight. You said Madonna's muse. Yeah, probably. Metal pointers. Yep. Yep. I kept red chatting stuff. I think Kobe thought it was hilarious. She acts shy, but she's not a shy girl. So if you guys are ever in her show, she likes red chats.
Yeah, she always seems so sweet and shy.
Yes. And then I saw the things that she red chats one day, and I was like, sweet, Kobe said that. I was like, wait a minute.
Right? That's how I
Were
felt
you in
about
Josh
you,
Lynn's
Amanda.
show a few days ago?
Oh my god.
No, I didn't see that Heart to Haven. I did not see that. When her chest swiped, what she do? Put her phone right there?
Oh. Yikes.
Okay, I need more details now.
Right?
That's funny.
Me too now.
Bound said, get your...
Your swipers.
Bound is hilarious. Oh my gosh. He can turn anything into a laughing session. And just ran with it. Of course he does. Do you need to go outside? Is that why you're freaking out? Okay, I'll be right back. I said the word and she's gonna eat it.
Ooh, what's in the background? I guess I should keep chit-chatting, right? Yeah, thanks. Did you do your first show yet? I have had a long day. This was a long day. I think it started yesterday, Carrie, like yesterday morning. I'm not sure it's over yet. And
I miss questions. Good to see your face. Oh yeah.
like for real, you
Oh
actually
yeah,
bought
when's
it
your
out?
next show, Heart to Haven?
Yeah. Did you do the first show? We pushed it out a week to this Thursday instead of last week, right?
Oh, this Thursday. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything on Thursday, so cool. Hopefully it's not a crazy day again.
Oh, what
Tomorrow's
days are you
gonna be
working?
crazy.
Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday. Do you like your
Last
job?
Thursday I had to move in somebody unexpectedly for the first time by myself, so that was chaotic, and I didn't get off until like almost 6:00. Do I get paid to work? Yes, I got a part-time job, Becky. I work 2 days a week.
Do you get paid to work? Sometimes.
Yeah, I work at the housing authority.
Thank goodness.
So
Oh my.
I moved somebody in, like a new tenant. So I had to fill out lease paperwork, HUD and a regular apartments. These were regular apartments, but yes, I'm learning all of that aspect of HUD housing,
All
which
the
is
things.
interesting.
I'll bet it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and the stories that you get told already is a lot. So, but it's a lot of work. It's crazy how much documentation goes into doing all of that. I had no idea,
I'll
but
bet.
there is a lot. But I like it so far. I just have to get the hang of stuff. I've already screwed up a few times.
It'll get better. It'll get better. I mean, I am
Yeah,
not
at least I
surprised to
caught
hear.
my mistake. I caught my mistake and I told my boss, and she's like, well, I paid the same bill twice. And so the wait list can be months to years long. Yeah, we only hold the wait list for 6 months, but we have openings right now. So people have been applying like crazy. And I'm moved in someone last week, and then somebody's moving in Tuesday, tomorrow, that I have to get ready for. I get to do the whole thing again tomorrow, so that's fun. I got a pre-bid on Brass and Dark Academia. Oh, yay! That's awesome. Did you get it all loaded? I'm still trying to source
That's
for that show. This has been helpful. I need to reschedule stuff. I have so much to do in the old house.
Wait a minute. I'm on that Ray train.
Oh, yeah. Hmm?
You have, Becky, did you seriously load your Brass and Dark Academia? I feel like a piker now. Shoot.
She says 5 things loaded. She told me she's doing $5 starts. She's cray-cray. I loaded my show for Wednesday for dollar starts. Everything.
Wow.
I'm insane. I'm taking a chance.
I did dollar starts the other day and it was fine. It was that morning and it was fine. It was fine. I don't know if I have the guts to do it like in a regular non mini kind of show. I just feel uncomfortable about it. I really do. I was okay with $3. I was okay with 5, but $1, I feel really nervous about that. Still.
I'm trying it. I tried $5 last month. It was good. I just want to see what a dollar does. But if I'm not getting bids on something, I'm always telling myself I can change this price before I run it. If
Yeah,
I don't have
true.
bids and it's still a dollar. So I don't have that risk of losing money. I'm doing it. We're not supposed to be afraid. Yeah, you just got to do it. It's called a gamble. And sometimes it really pays off, but then sometimes you lose money on one item, but then it makes up for it in another one, so you don't really know. But if you have like a lot of money in something and you're really worried if you're going to get the money out of it, just price it what you want it to be. Because I did that on my last show, my last brass show, and people still bid it up at the price I still wanted it at because I paid like $45 for a piece of art. So
Yeah.
I still got my money for it. Oh, thank you for the purchase out of the bin. I don't know what that was. Oh, bingo card. Thank you.
Nice. I feel
Yeah.
like so I
Oh,
did
and
$3
then
tonight.
yeah,
So tonight I did
I think just
$3
any low
starts.
starts is hard.
I was
Yeah.
okay with it. I felt pretty okay with the $3 starts. I don't know what the difference is and why I feel the way I feel about $1 starts versus $3 starts on a regular show that's not a mini show. I felt totally fine. In fact, I told Jim, like, let's do $3 starts. Let's just go for it, right? And it turned out, well, you saw, you were in there. It was fine. And I feel like you just have to just go for it. I think, oh, we got a raid. Whoa. It's
Oh
a
my gosh, the birthday
raid.
girl just raided. The birthday girl just raided. Dee, how was your birthday show? Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. You guys hop in the giveaway in honor of the raid by the birthday girl. Do it with Dee. I commented in your chat before you went live, so I hope you saw that, but I missed your show. Did you have a good show? Did you sell out today? I hope you had an amazing show. I can't afford to get dollar starts. Oh yeah, it's hard to start at $1. Run Patrick. He's asleep, y'all. Yeah, follow everyone. Please follow Do It With Dee. She's an amazing seller. I knew her back in the day when she used to do live thrift shopping, and she's just so fun and entertaining, and I love her. So you guys, please. Oh, I told them to say that.
I told them to
And
say it.
Dee does dollar starts as well. She does a lot of dollar starts, which is a big risk all the time because I can tell you, nobody buys anything for $1 anymore. So to be able to take dollar start risk is really, really a big gamble because, you know, some items you may spend $50 on and you got to resell it. It's a
Yeah.
big risk, but
Yeah.
high risk, high reward, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
And you
I
need
feel
thick
like-
skin, yeah.
I feel like, yeah, you do need thick skin. Yeah, it makes, I don't know. Again, why
I'm
am I okay
trying
with
to
3?
tell myself when something sells not to look at the price that it sells for so people don't see my reaction on my face if I don't like the price it sells for.
Yeah.
But that's hard.
Yeah. That is hard.
Thick skin and thick wallets. So I'll accept thick wallets. I just saw that. Yes, we need thick wallets, you guys.
Yeah, for dollars.
So did you sell out, Dee? I hope it's a yes.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I know. I'm like, scroll chat. I don't know if my chat's broken.
It's frozen. Nope. Well,
I'm
would you
taking a
wait- I
gamble
mean,
on Wednesday's show, so
Would you wait to do it for like 100 people in your room, 50 people in your room, 40 people in the room, or just how you feel? Because I've had shows where I had 30 people in the room and it was a fantastic show where I absolutely could have done a dollar start. I could have done dollar starts today. The second show, not the first show. The first show, no way. The second show, definitely.
I'm just doing it because the brass trains are usually really good, but some other shows, man, you could lose your butt on it. So it really is hard. But then you also have to keep in mind that, hey, you can always change the start bid if the swipes are not there. But I wouldn't start with your most expensive item until you know what kind of room you're sitting in.
Yeah,
If
that
people
makes
are
sense.
wanting to swipe or not.
So are you gonna do, because it's brass and pottery, right? Or brass and what is it?
Brass and primitives
Brass
on
and primitive.
Wednesday.
Are you gonna do reduced shipping also?
Nope.
In addition to the dollar starts? No.
They get dollar starts and they get to use their coupons at the top and they get to pay the shipping because I have a lot of stoneware bowls, which is going to be expensive to ship, and then brass. So
For sure. Yeah, that sounds like a heavy packing day for sure. Wait.
curious where your accent is from. She's in Miami, Florida, if that gives you an idea. I love asking her to say certain words, you guys. You should ask Dee to say Shanazari and what's the other word she can't say? Oh my gosh, it makes me laugh. I love listening to her sing. She knows I pick on her, Becky. But it's hilarious to hear her say certain words. Because she rolls her R's in. But then she could say some other words I can't say. So there's that. What's that? There's an England word on something and she cannot say it. I cannot think of what that word was.
Do you guys know who the Savannah Bananas are? It's that baseball team, Savannah Bananas. That's what they're called, right? Savannah Bananas. They're kind of like, they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. And there's a player on there called Francis, and he's hysterical. So the other teammates ask him to do certain words. They say, so they made a Instagram segment called uh, American Words with Francis, and it's hysterical. And he tries to, they give him really, really difficult words, though, like really difficult words, but it's hysterical to hear him say the certain words that they've chosen for him. That's a fun segment. Savannah Bananas. Did you ever go see them, the Savannah Bananas?
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, it's
I'm gonna
fun.
have to
It's
go
like,
look it up.
look it up. They're actually really fun to watch. If you ever can go see a Savannah Bananas baseball game, it's fun, fun, fun.
I'm writing it down. I took notes tonight.
Did you really? On things that I actually said? What?
Yeah. Yeah, I took notes for myself.
I feel
I'm gonna
flattered.
hold you
Thank you.
to the competition show, and then
Yeah.
you doing a fabric show, getting to do something a little different, maybe a different category. Power
Yeah, because
hour.
I can't run fabric and vintage, right? I have to run a separate category.
I'm
I've
gonna
done
try it
Power
in a
Hour.
different category because I feel like it's gonna draw those people in for what I'm selling. But if it doesn't work out, then I'll just do estate sales,
Yeah, I think that
which
sounds
my
good.
fabric is from.
Yeah, I think I may try that. Estate sales. I may start in that direction. I did Power Hour. Are you gonna do Power Hour? You should
I
do
might
Power.
try that, and then I want to try to do a fast-paced table, like set it up kind of like Vintage War style, and do
Yeah.
fast-paced tables, like $2 or $3 starts, and see what I can sell. Everybody loves your chicken. Another comment on the chicken.
Yep. He's good. He's a good chicken. He needs a name.
It's
We
real
have to name that.
taxidermy, y'all, and it does have a
Yeah.
chicken butt.
He does. He does have a chicken butt.
Jen's Finds does linen in vintage and does good. Is it like fabric linen or like quilt linen? Because I bought a bunch of fabric. Oh, she does fabric and vintage. Good to know.
That would be good. I wouldn't mind doing that.
I guess I
wouldn't
need
mind
to pay
doing.
attention to what categories people are selling fabric in because I
So
bought a bunch of fabric.
when people do jewelry, because I saw what's her name, Ivy Hollow. She does now, I guess, a jewelry show on Thursday, and I was wondering, is she doing it in vintage or is she doing it in jewelry?
The one I saw yesterday was in jewelry. Or was it yesterday? Or was it Sunday? Wait, today's Monday. I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
I think
Okay.
I saw her in jewelry.
That's interesting. Okay.
And she lays all her stuff out on the table. Like, she doesn't try to make it look pretty. She just kind of grabs a piece and shows it, which I kind of like. Like, it's not so fancily set up. She just makes it very casual and, like, look at my finds, which I think is entertaining because you're just literally digging through what she found.
Yeah, I like that. Because then I have to do a whole nother setup, which is fine. That's fine. But if you want to be casual, like, that's kind of how I treat my jewelry in my show, where it's like, here's a tray. I'll have like a tray of some kind, and I'll have 4 or 5 pieces on the tray, and here it is. But it's casual, and I'm like, well, this is what I found, and that's kind of what it is. I like that. I like that. But they're all great pieces. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, right? All great pieces.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
that's
saying that
interesting.
her pieces are bad. I just like how she laid it out, made it casual, like you're literally digging through her.
Yeah, like,
I don't know, like she bought a bag of goodies and you get to dig through it. I like that. So
like I did this pin tray. Well, it's just a plate, and here's some pins.
yeah,
I just did that. I mean, why not? Why not? I say it like this: why not? Why wouldn't you lay out a couple of cute things during your show? I like how she has it laid out because you can see every piece all at once. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you can zoom in. Yeah, which is nice for sure. I think the first one I saw her do of jewelry, she had it like spread across the whole table, so she had to like kind of pivot the camera to see everything. But I thought that was cool. She had
Yeah.
a
How
lot.
long? Oh, how long did she stay on? Did she stay on like an hour? Would it be 2 hours? Was it hours and hours? Do you remember?
I don't stay on that long, but the last I saw it was like over 100 items, so I would say a
Oh,
couple
nice.
hours at least.
Because she's not going at a fast pace for jewelry. I assume that's a little slower show, a little slower pace.
Yeah, she takes her time to show the piece a little bit. Quite a few people in Moody Vintage are starting to dabble in jewelry. Yep, I noticed that. I just want to dabble in jewelry because I like jewelry.
Right.
And I've been sourcing for my sister-in-law, so I'm like, why not? I can grab it too.
Why not? You know what? It's easy to pack. It's not like a
Mm-hmm.
huge ordeal. It's just fun. It's easy to pack, and I like it. I like to look at it, so you might as well pick some up and sell it. Might as well.
Yeah. I haven't made jewelry in so long. I haven't, but I have the stuff that I used to have in my booth. That's what I have in my bin. But I need to do sales and see if I can get rid of it. I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah.
That's sad.
You know what?
But
That would be another thing I would say. Like, if you asked me another question, it would be, don't hold on to all your stuff. You're not a museum, right? Move it along. If it hasn't sold in X amount of time, move it down the road so you can buy other new, fresh inventory. So
yeah.
keep it X. If it hasn't sold by X, then sell it off so you can get other new inventory. That's what I would have, if you asked me that question, I would have said that. Because you're not a museum. I say that about when I do in person shows and you take it there, like you source it, you clean it, you drag it there, and you're there for like 2-3 days to the in person show. Why do I want to pack it back up and take it back home to sit on it till the next show? I'm not a museum.
I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. But the same
I'd
applies
rather
here.
sell
Yeah, sell it off.
75% of it than
Yeah,
let it go back home. Yeah.
yeah. I feel the same. I feel the same about Whatnot. Like, there comes a point where I think you have to clear out your inventory every so often if you have a lot of it. Just get it moving down the road because you're not a museum. Otherwise, just list stuff on eBay and sit on it for 5 years or whatever. 1 to 5
I'm gonna
years.
do a 3 for 10
Oh, you are?
raid train on the 5th. And so I'm gonna try to see if I can clear out some of my stash because I'm tired of looking at stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you sourced it, you drug it home. You might as well move it down the road, right? Is that vintage
Yeah.
artifact? Are you doing that raid train? Is that what that is?
That's with Gigi's Treasures. Gigi. Shoot. Hold on. Minimize. Gigi's
You can-
Vintage Treasures. It's on the 5th. She calls it Style and Pile, but there's many raid trains like that. But I just wanted to try it because I never did a 3 for 10. And I'm like, well, that would be a way to sell some of my stash that I probably haven't shown anybody, but it's just sitting there because I haven't had the time to load it, you know?
Yeah.
Get it off my shelf. Give
Are
you
you
some
gonna do?
space.
Are you gonna do like 3 shelves and you do like section 1, section 2, section 3, or do you do it on the table?
Yeah, and let somebody pick one item from each section.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I'll just replenish it as we go, so it's not always the same stuff each round. I
That's
feel like
cool.
that keeps it interesting.
I like that. That sounds pretty cool. It's a good way to move the inventory because I don't like doing a clearance show. I think it has the wrong connotation. It's almost like you're running an in-house flea market. I don't care for that necessarily, but I think 3 for 10 has a better vibe than I'm having a clearance show, everybody. Honestly. Because
Yeah.
it's not junk. It's not like you picked up junk. It's still really good. It's really good. It's just maybe it's sat on your inventory shelf a little bit too long. That's all.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. I'm all for that. Well, I hope you do well.
Yeah. Well, I am going to head out if you're cool with that. It's like 10:15 and I have to get up for work tomorrow. But
You
you
know,
want to do this
you're,
in the future?
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
We'll plan
It's
a
fun.
future one and we'll do like a theme or something and have like set topics or something that we can chat about. I think that would be cool.
That sounds good. I think it
Yeah.
was
So I
good because
hope we entertained.
I think some of the newer sellers, or not maybe newer sellers, but I get a lot of questions, and I told them come over to the show tonight because I do get a lot of questions in my show about this things we talked about today, and it's a lot easier to answer them on a platform like this, rather than in my show when I'm trying to run quick items. So this was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. We can do it again anytime you want. I'm available. I'll make it
Yeah,
available.
I like doing seller supports. I feel like it helps people, and then it also allows people to get to know you without having to sell them something. They get to know you and talk to you, which is I think is a good thing.
Yep.
Because we're all
Well,
human beings behind the screen anyways. We can all be friends and find things that we relate to each other in. Like we all have relation of we like our fur babies. Obviously, I have a lot of people in here for that. A lot of people like your chicken, you know.
it's
So yeah.
my guy.
That's a great chicken. So, yeah.
That's him.
Well,
Well,
let's
thanks for
see who we
inviting me.
can raid into.
Yeah.
Oops.
Do I have to click off or just rate it? Will it just rate me out to wherever we go?
I can kick you off, or I can, once we raid, it'll kick you off.
Okay.
What do you want to
Well,
do?
thanks for inviting me. I appreciate you. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you. It was fun. I
It
will
was
kick you
fun.
off so you don't panic about still being co-hosted.
Okay, cool.
Okay, remove co-host. There we go. If you were still talking, Billie Jean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see who we can raid. I see Folklore Finds. She's doing minis, you guys, and she has another doggy. So I'm like, let's go raid her. So I will see you guys later. I gotta get ready for work for tomorrow, so I can't stay up too much longer. Let's see if we can send her some love. If you guys want to drop heart emojis when we get over there, just send her all the love, and I will see you guys later. Bye, friends.